Hope you're all good. I'm good. If you're just coming in, get that light turned down a wee bit. If you're just coming in and you've missed the live, you've missed a good show. I know I always say that, but it's always a good show. Right, cattle on. Oh, let me see who's in. Oh. The WD-40. Baby bag. Hello Lucy, long time no see. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're good. Hello wee bit bunkers. I hope you're good. Welcome to the Freedom Dad Show. Saturday Night Live. Hello Bluebell. Hello. Can you hear me okay? Are you picking up the monitor in the background because I don't want to get a copyright, guys? Just let me know if you can hear the monitor in the background because the kids' stuff's playing on it. Oh. Just waiting for a cup of coffee. Just showing the new mic off, guys. No, thank you, Keith. Hello, Keith. And the sound's okay, yeah? All good with the sound? No problems with the sound. Just a wee sound check before we go, guys. Yes, wee bit. It was. This is Freedom Dad without the smoking. Welcome to the new world. Haha! Dearie me. So I am going to be eating on this live because I haven't stopped. Katie's going out tonight. She's gone partying, you know. And I'm left in the house with a baby, as usual. No, it's all good. Yeah, Katie's going out with her mates tonight, so I've got baby on my own. Hello, John. So yeah, I need to eat, guys, because I'm getting the live done. It's going to be fitting baby in. I might have to cut the live off early tonight, but I might come back later on the night with a live late the night. We'll see, because I'm on my own. And wee bit bunker says, "Hi Katie, have fun."
Thank you.
Yes, she laughed. One of them laughs, you know. Evening Freedom Dad. And all yous lovelies lot in the chat. Hello Vanda. Hope you're all good. I've got my patches. Tonight's promotion, tonight's advert. So yeah, I got my wee things there. They're brilliant. You know, you fancy a fag, like, you know what I mean? Because I've went straight onto the wee patches. I went on straight on the 14 milligrams instead of the big one because I kept having a problem with the big one. So it's on my chest, so it is. And in case I need these, they were sitting right next to me. So wish me luck, guys. This is my first day, and it's not easy. I've been smoking since I was 9 years old. You know what I mean? And it isn't easy, like. But gotta do it for wee lucky, you know. The what one?
The white one, not that's connected to the monitor, beside the monitor. Not under the apple pies.
Is that not a... Huh? Oh right, I thought it was for the iPhone. Is my wee phone charged?
It should be, it's been on charge.
So, who's all in? Who is all in? I'm just waiting for 13, 4 likes. Drop me a comment, let me know you're in, say hello to everybody. Deborah, hello Deborah. Hope you're good. Willie, hello Willie Stoker. How are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome to Freedom Dad's community, where we're all Generation X and we're all invested in this country with our children and grandchildren and our cats and our dogs. You know, fur babies as well as real babies in this platform, guys. Hello, Denise. Welcome in. So we're just going to be talking about reform, you know. Could you butter me a bit of bread for the... Oh, did I get bread? I forgot to get bread, didn't I? Oh, God, it's going to be fine. I'll just eat it the way it is.
Just use a spoon to put butter roll body and corn in the butter.
Can't do that. No. What, into the butter?
Just lightly, and we'll get a new butter.
No, it's gone. No, it's fine. I'll just put it on with a knife. I've got sweet corn in. I've got a sweet corn in. I like sweet corn.
Corn in the cob.
Corn in the cob. Yeah, so I've got corn in the cob in, guys. So I will be eating it. So I am, because I am hungry. So I'll try not to annoy you too much, but I've got to eat. Got to eat. Do you eat it long way? Yes. You'll see how I'm going to eat it in a minute. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, so I've got a pie in the oven and a sweet corn in the thingy. I'm going to try and eat it before M&G comes, you know. Okay. But yeah, non-stop. Obviously with the baby, you know what I mean. Katie's getting ready to go out, so I've been trying to do as much as I can. Getting the dogs walked as well. It's been pissing down all day. So I've got baby on the monitor over here. So she's happy. Oh, it's a lovely coffee. So I hope I haven't missed anybody. Vanda says have a lovely evening. Yeah, it's all our mates. Grew up with them, you know what I mean? So it's usual suspects. Yeah, well it was alright. I got a wee 10 minutes, 15 minutes out with the dogs, you know what I mean, to be honest with you, when it didn't rain, you know, so yeah, so dogs are all settled, tulips in season, boys going off his nut, you know, so yeah, difficult time. I'm trying to keep the two of them separate because I don't have anything done. I wouldn't do that to my dogs, you know. But yeah, I'm on X and Freedom Dad 73. I'm on Freedom Dad 73 on everything, guys. TikTok, X, Facebook and YouTube. Deborah Hart, preparation pamphlets being distributed in Europe now. There's a 5 World War III for 72 hours, never known a war. Last 72 hours, 2 weeks flat in the curb. There's no war. There's definitely no war coming. I don't believe there's a war coming. I could be wrong, you know what I mean? But I think they've tried their hardest to start a war, and I don't think the Americans or the Russians are going to allow the British government to create a war to push for their own ends. They want a war so they can come down hard on us. They can control the people more easily. A 3-day travel pack for immigrants. Yeah. It's not good, guys. It's not good. You know, I'm really, really angry. I'm still a bit frustrated. I'm not going to bring that out on my live, obviously, guys, you know. Yeah, so I'm on X, as I'm saying, right? And honest to God, guys, it's non-stop. Just reform. I don't know if there's bots on the go. Like, there are quite a lot of profiles with one-word names like David, Dave, John, Joe, you know, Jim, you know, all, you know, and it just doesn't sit right with me. I'm sure they're bots. I'm telling you, Reform are using bots to push out online to make them come across as if everybody's loving them. You know, I really do think that, because everybody around me is everybody, like every comment, post, everything, it's non-stop, agreeing with what I'm saying, I'm seeing lots and lots of people, lots of YouTubers, all coming out and saying the same thing, but yet on X and other platforms, Reform are pushing this rhetoric out that everybody loves them. Vanda, we've had a gorgeous day today. Freedom Dad cleaned oven, washed and hoovered car, cut hubby's hair and done all my graves for tomorrow. Good on you, Vanda. It's good when you get a day's work done, everything done, and you can sit back and relax with a bit of Freedom Dad. You know? But like I say, guys, on X, it's non-stop. Hello, Eric. Have you noticed it, Eddie? Have you noticed what's going on in X right now? Are you getting this? Is it because I'm going on to the reform accounts? Because I'm going on to everyone. See, anytime I see anybody going on about reform, I put my video underneath it. You know, I put my video underneath it, so I do, to let them know, like, no, it's not like that. This is what we really think. You know what I mean? We're not stupid. You know, you can come out and say, "Oh, look, isn't it amazing?" Well, this is the kind of posters are coming out, right, guys? So it'll be, what are you all saying now? You know, Nigel Farage is going to deport. Every channel I go on, it's join reform, vote reform. I said we're beginning to sound like bots. They are bots, Bluebell. There's no doubt about it. 110%. It's too weird. And the kind of, because they won't use full names, right? This is what it is. This is bots, right? You got to understand this about bots. Bots will not use full names because they can't impersonate anybody. That's why they use single-barreled names, okay? Always remember that. When you see a John or a Dave or a Bob and then a wee, like a Union Jack next to it and then like a big, oh, reformer, amazing, what do you think now? Hello, John Capone. It's a bot. It's a bot, guys. I'm telling you, it's non-stop right now. And I'm looking at the comments, and all the comments are negative, right? They're all negative. The only people that are going to the reform conferences are people that aren't on the internet. They're pulling the wool over people's eyes. Vulnerable people that don't have a clue what's going on in this world because everybody's been silenced. Because Tommy Rump's been silenced for the last 15, 20 years, and everybody in reform who wanted to speak up against genuine deportation have all been kicked out, you know. I don't even believe he will deport at all, right? He's saying one out, one in, okay? He's saying that we're going to deport every criminal or every illegal that comes into the country, not is in the country, not as came into the country, not as here, right? So all these horrible, evil men that have come into this country and done the horrific things to our children that are still running about the streets today, getting social benefits from the men and women whose children has been affected. These men and women are paying taxes to fund the men that committed the crimes against our children. You know, and how many other children, I can tell you something else as well. I can guarantee you that there's children out there that have been abused of these predominantly Pakistani Muslim men. There's no two ways about it. That's who is committing these grooming gangs, right? That's who's involved. That's evidence. It's proof. We've got the receipts. We can't not talk about it because it's not. Yes, it's not the whole of Pakistan. Yes, it's one small part of Pakistan, up next to Khyber Pass, up next to Afghanistan. Pakistan goes like that. It's up here. That's where they're all from, right? There's hardly anybody from this side of Pakistan that's over here committing crimes, guys. Please believe me. It's like fucking it's chalk and cheese. It really is. Like, he won't be in charge. He's going to pass on to Yusuf. Yeah, 100. No, but he's going to take it. Nigel Farage wants to be Prime Minister. He's a narcissist. We all know that. We can see that. We can see the way he gets on. There's other videos going out there. You can see it ripping right out of him. I will bring the video once I find it, where he's asked questions and he's just like pure. And you can see the narcissist ripping right out of him. You know what I mean? It's a tale. It's a brilliant tale. An absolutely amazing tale. So it is. But the thing is, you know, what I'm trying to say is there's children in England that are victims of these guys, right? And I can bet you any money that their mothers and fathers, right? If not their mothers and fathers, their granny and granddads were probably victims to the same sort of thing back in the 60s. That's how bad this is, because it's the working class kids, it's vulnerable kids, it's the most vulnerable children we have in our society that these men targeted. This should be on everybody's lips. Anybody that's running for power, it should be the top of their agenda, not driving in a JCB. What was all that about? You know, Chris, Nigel Farage's grin is enough for me to tell me what he is. Exactly, Chris. You know, this is the kind of thing, this is tales. This is how we read people. You know, if you met this guy in the pub, you'd stay away from him. If I was in jail with this guy, I'd keep him at arm's length. You wouldn't trust him as far as you can throw him. He is a snake, 110%. You know, you wouldn't trust this man with your children. You know, and all he's doing is faking it and lying and pushing everybody out that's going to expose him. So he's got a circle around him of yes men to do exactly what the establishment want, and that's take over the place of Labour. The establishment know they've messed up. They've messed up with Labour. Labour are gone. They know that. Right? Labour are finished. So what have they got to do? We need somebody in power. Who can we get in power? Because they need to have somebody in power who will do what they say. reform. Nigel Farage. When Nigel Farage got his bank hit, that was the shot across the bow. That was when everything changed for Nigel. He was never a real man to start with. We've seen that with Brexit. We've seen that. That was all narcissist. That was all ego. Look at me, I'm the Brexit man. And then as soon as he was off, he was gone and he left us all to it. You know, and that's exactly what he's going to do here. He's going to be gone. And that Yusuf is going to be the next Prime Minister. And believe you me, then you're going to see who's really behind reform. Believe you me, you're going to see where the money's coming from, who's putting the money in, what kind of donors they have, and that's when you're all going to be shocked. That's when all these people who are voting reform are all going to be shocked. When they're standing in the queue to vote for reform, and Owen Jones is standing next to them, and all sorts of people are standing next to them, they're going to be looking around, looking, where's all our guys? That's when they're going to realise. That's when they're going to realise, guys. And it's going to be too late then, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is the biggest play ever seen in this country. You know, 110%. We are being played. We are being played like a fiddle. You know, and it's amazing. It's clever. It is really, really clever. Imagine, like, you put all your bucks in the Labour, and then you see Labour getting destroyed, and you're like, oh my God, what do we do? We need to keep control of Britain, right? Reform. Who would have thought they would have got reform? Lee Anderson. Nigel Farage, you know, who would have thought that ever, that they would have got them, you know, and they've got them, guys, they've got them, and that's who's telling them to kick people out. It's not Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage is doing exactly what he's told. He's reading out exactly what he's told to read out, just like Starmer. The same people that are handing Starmer the speeches are handing Nigel Farage the speeches. My opinion, educational and entertainment persons only. These are the opinions of a guy who's been through children's homes, been through prison, been through hell, all because I lost my mum when I was 8 and didn't have anybody else. And I was in Kerr, the Labour Party. I was a ward of court, and it was absolutely shocking what happened to me, and it's still happening today. I was groomed in the early 1980s, and we've got the same kids from the same children's homes getting groomed in 2024, and Nigel Farage rolls in a JCB. The biggest topic in this country is our children. 250,000 children being affected. 50 cities up and down. 1,400 girls in one town. And he rolls in with a JCB and lies to everybody saying, because everybody's like, yeah, at last we're going to deport them all. No, yous aren't. That's not what he's saying. He's not saying that. He's never going to say that. You know, never will he say that. Unless the chips are really down. See, if the chips are really down, he's going to say whatever he needs to say to get in. Please believe me. I expect whenever people start waking up and people really, Keith, 110%, when we get a political party that represents us, that's when you're going to see Nigel Farage come out with the big lies, you know. Please believe me. Mate, the game is over for us. We were sold right down the river. No, John, the game isn't over for us. The game's over for England. The game is over for England. What the government are doing to England right now is opening everybody's eyes around the world. And I'm sorry, guys. I am so sorry, you guys in England, right? Yeah, I am doing everything I can for you guys. I'm from Northern Ireland. I'm living in Scotland. I live in a village, right? Kids are running about the streets every summer. No problems at all. Parks, no problems at all. We don't have any dodgy people hanging about parks. We don't have anybody dodgy hanging about schools. They would be spotted out straight away and it would be dealt with. If the police didn't deal with it, somebody would deal with it. Please believe me, round these neck of the woods. And I can speak for all the places around here, between Glasgow and Edinburgh, the heart of Scotland. You know, I can tell you now, you know, I know these places. I know what they're like. You know, it won't be tolerated. I know what Northern Ireland's like. I know what East Belfast is like, and West Belfast, and Londonderry, and or Derry, whatever you fancy. You know, I know what these places are like. I know how strong these people are. And the thing is, we're not dealing what yous are dealing with. We're watching yous deal with this. Everybody around the world is watching yous deal with this. And I'll tell you something else. It still happens in Belfast. Yeah, I know, but come on, different scale, eh? There's a huge different scale there, like, but not for long. Correct, Wally? Freedom Daddy will be there one day. This is what you need to know. This is going to be the most shocking thing you are going to know, and you're going to hear it here first. And I don't care what anybody says, right? I don't care what. I know this. This is 110%. I am going to definitely bring this video tomorrow because I was just too angry today. And God knows what Nick I'm going to be in tomorrow doing this video. I'm going to bring a video to use tomorrow that's going to prove to use that Britain Britain is being demilitarized. Britain no longer will ever have the capabilities to fire a nuclear weapon. We do not have our own nukes. You hear them saying, we've got our own nukes. We don't have our own nukes. We have a part of a nuke. The rest is in America. The rest we rent and we buy off the Americans. Everything that we have in our military comes from America. I'm going to bring it tomorrow. We've got airplanes coming out of the scrapyard. Military airplanes coming out of the scrapyard and getting put back into service. It's absolutely shocking. And we are being demilitarized, and the rest of the world are making sure when Britain goes forward in the direction that they're going, they're not going to be able to do any damage to anybody else around the world. And that's what's happening. This is how mental this is. Maybe not this, because I do see this is what's going to happen. Like Scotland, they're just going to be like that. Independence, boom, guaranteed. They missed it by 2 points the last time. Before all this, before the awareness of what was going on down in England, they missed it by 2 points. I would put everything on the line when it comes to it. If another referendum comes in Scotland, I will bet every penny I have that Scotland will leave the Union. And then I will bet every penny I have that Northern Ireland somehow will also leave the Union and probably go for independence. They'll all go for independence, you know, or maybe just all go together, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Ireland within a new union, a union of the Celts, you know, and there will be a hard border going up across Scotland. You can bet your bottom dollar in 110%. When my wee Lucky's 50 years old, there will be a hard border going along the Scottish border. And there won't be a single weapon or anything. Honestly, it's what's going on with our military has blown me away. I had no clue how bad it was until I looked into it. I am absolutely shocked, guys. I am absolutely, completely and utterly shocked at the state of our military, the state of our Navy, our Air Force and our Army. And after watching it, I've sat down with a cup of coffee to try and get my head around it all, to try and understand how did we go from the greatest military force in the world, one of the greatest, you know, to this, what we are now. And then it dawned on me, we're being demilitarized because our government have lost it. England have lost it. Parliament have lost it. You know, you've just got to look at how many people that are in Parliament that don't really represent, that they have, let's just say that the amount of people in Parliament today that have a love for another country before the love for the country that they're actually in Parliament for. And that's not a bad thing, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that's expected. If you're born and bred in Pakistan and you come to this country, you're always going to love Pakistan. You see them out in the streets with the flags, the green and white flags, the big parades they have. You know, they celebrate everything that they have in Pakistan here. So obviously Pakistan, Afghanistan, Syria, Iraq, you know, Iran, it all means a lot to them. So they celebrate, even the Africans, they all celebrate anything that they celebrate in their own countries, they celebrate here. So they're putting their own country, they're not here like becoming British. You know, they're not doing that. And now we've got over, I think it's over 20 people in power now. In Parliament, in the Houses of Commons, in the Houses of Lords. We've got that Justice Minister, Mahood, who has brought out laws so the minorities are let off leniently, and people like my Lucky, who is white and British, are going to get hit harder. Yeah, I like Russia. I wouldn't go that far, but I do like Russia. That is an option to move to. I'll be honest with you, I talk to boys in Russia, I'm talking to boys in America, and I've been assured that my family would be welcomed in both countries, and it's doable. It is doable. It's just up to me and up to Katie, you know, and obviously up to whoever else in the family wants to go. Keith, everything is broken. Yeah. I'd move to Russia in 2 seconds, no problem. Yeah. So Russia is between Russia and America. I know Russia and America are going to get on really close. You're going to see a really good relationship building here between Russia and America, because the Russians are all right. You know, the Russians have never been bad. You know, the nonsense that the government tell us, it's all lies. You know, the biggest crime that they go on about the Russians is whenever they poisoned them characters over here. Mind the guys that they basically they committed treason in Russia and then came over here to hide and they ended up getting poisoned. But now there's also evidence coming out that it was nothing to do with the Russians and the British have pushed it to try and make people hate. You know, spies are just touts. Yeah, exactly. You know, at the end of the day, I love my country. I would never do a dishonour to my country. I would never go to another nation, you know, and run away from my country because I've turned against my country. You would never do that. You know, I would never turn against my country. I love my country, but I'm going to protect my daughter, guys. I've got to protect my daughter. I've got to make sure she's got the best life and that I can provide, that I can set up for her before I go. I've got to set her in a place where she's going to thrive and become the best that she possibly can. Not a second-class citizen who's at the bottom when she's going for a job, and you've got a load of diversity there, and you're guaranteed that the Muslim black gay person is going to get the job before I be lucky, because it's called diversity here. It's called DEI. We see it over and over again. It's run woke is run rat right now in when Biden was in control in Labour and in France. But you've got to understand, it's a very small group. It's only France, Britain, and when Biden was in, like, Trump's trying to fix all that. That's going to be a lot of work there. And hopefully he gets another 4 years out of this. I imagine he will. So I reckon 8 years he should sort America out, no problem. And I reckon they'll build a good relationship with Russia. And hopefully what comes from that is then a good relationship with China, because they've got the BRICS. We've got NATO and they've got the BRICS. Very dangerous situation, you know. France has been shitting on Britain for decades. Yeah, 110%. Well, like, France are no friends of us. Like, this is why they're firing all these people over. At least 25. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. In Parliament, yeah. And, you know, and we pay them. Yeah, we are paying these people, you know. And then we've got this new guy in Ofcom. I don't know if you've seen the video floating about. I've got the video. You guys have sent me it. CAG sent me it. Like I say, there's a lot of content out there, guys. There's a lot of stuff I need to bring to you. It's just trying to prioritise. Honestly, like, there's stuff there that'll blow your mind. You know, it really will. Like, so it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I think we can honestly say we know what's going on in Britain today. You know, we can see clearly now with reform getting pushed into power and the way they're going forward. And there we have Rupert Lowe. Absolute amazing man, guys. And please, if you can, at least give a fiver. I give 20 quid. I'll tell you what happened. I was out yesterday and one of the boys put 20 quid in Lucky's hand in the pram. Right, so that 20 quid is went to the inquiry, for an inquiry for the grooming gangs, and I've got 40 quid in my buy me a coffee from you guys, and I'm going to put that in as well. So that's 60 quid that's coming from us, you know. So you don't need to, because this 60 quid is from our community, 110%, guys. You know, 40 quid comes from you guys, and the 20 quid is from Lucky, you know, and we're all invested in this together. So if you can, stick a wee fiver in. Don't worry if you can't, because like I say, I've got you covered. But what a guy. What an absolutely amazing guy. Because these people don't realise whenever we get an inquiry, you don't know what will come with that inquiry. We're going to find out exactly who done what. We're going to see who's been paid off. We're going to see the involvement with certain communities. We're going to see how these communities silence people to protect the people who were doing this to our children. Well done, Bluebell. Well done. I know it's hard, guys. I know it's really difficult right now. The money's really tight, you know. And, you know, like, you can't not give. That's why I think, you know, we've got to find out what's going on. Give me 2 seconds to get this out. Alright, let that cool down a wee bit. That's it there, guys. Oh, M&G, is M&G in? For fuck's sake, man. I'm trying to eat this before you come in, man. I've just seen you saying hello to him. Hello. Yeah, he's there. Hi, all Waltons. Hi, Freedom Dad. Are you on a fast forward mode tonight? No, half six. Half six. It's normally half six. So it is, at a weekend, you know what I mean, guys? But like I say, I've got wee lucky. Katie's going out tonight, so she is. Won't see her till tomorrow. And so it's me and Lucky all night, you know what I mean? So happy days, But I don't know what the crack is. She's giving me a wee hour of, so I can do this. And then I might have to sort Lucky out. But what I might do is come back with a live later on. Fitting a live in between, you know what I mean? If you are sitting doing nothing, then, I'll jump on for a wee bit. But like I say, Image, I haven't had anything to eat. I haven't stopped, mate. And I've stopped smoking. You just put them on you. They're good. Because the patch, so I've started on the smaller patch, so I have, because every time I've tried the big patch, I struggle coming off the big patch onto the wee patch, and I felt as if I was getting addicted to more tobacco than I was smoking. I smoke less than 10 a day, and the big patch is for guys that are smoking 40 and 50 a day, you know what I mean? Because that's the biggest patch you can get, you know what I mean? And a lot of guys do smoke shitloads of fags, you know what I mean? So it would make sense that the big patch is for them sort of people, and I didn't really know that. They were just giving me the big patch, and next thing I know, I had a bigger addiction to nicotine than I did with the fags. So I've started with the wee patch this time. This is the first time I've done it this way. So I'm not going to say, I know I can do it. It's staying, it's keeping off them is the problem, guys, I'm still on the vapes, oil change every 5 minutes. Oh, good Saturday night special later, winding you up, eat away, we will all watch you. I know. It is a bit uncomfortable eating in front of people, to be honest with you. But need to turn this heating off, darn. So, let me catch up here. Yeah, so, I'm just ranting about reform, guys, you know what I mean? And, why won't they come and debate me? Why won't you get one single person from reform? All these big uns on X and YouTube going on about Nigel Farage and how great he is. Come on and debate me. What's the problem? If you're that sure about him, what are you scared of? What can we Freedom Dad do or say? It's YouTube. It's not like there's nothing, you can't come to any harm. It's just a good old-fashioned debate. It's just steam. Why, what happened? Did you think I was smoking? What's it doing? Is it thingying up the camera or something? Put that over there. You get a wee bit of butter on it, guys. Yeah, like I say, non-stop, but I love it. I just love it. I'm loving every minute of it. I really am, guys. There's not a minute. I'm waiting for her to wake up. Can't wait for her to wake up. Love feeding her, love changing her, I'm going to bath her later if I get a chance, you know what I mean? Hello, John. Just seen the notifications. Good. Yeah, normally it's 6:30 every Saturday. 6:30 every Saturday, 6:30 every Sunday. If it's ever going to change, I would let you know. I would say I'm changing it to 7 tonight. But the weekends is always the same. So I don't stick out loads of notifications, you know what I mean, to everybody. I just didn't have the time. But so I've done the video I've done on YouTube. I've done it on TikTok and it's doing really well. It's the heat idiot. Put a wee bit of sweet chili on it. That's not nice. Because they're full of it. No sweet chili, man. Not sweet chili. Bit of butter, guys. Bit of Graham's butter. Know what I'm going to buy? I'm gonna buy oh, I forgot the name of it now. It's Talon. Have you heard of Talon, guys? Tallow it is, tallow. Let me just get this in live chat. Yeah, tallow. To be honest, I'm glad I'm dying. I don't want to see what England becomes. Oh, mate, I know. Tell me about it. Have you got children? Have you got children? Who was that? Chris, have you got kids, mate? Yes, that's what scares me. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. But we gotta get it right. We gotta get it right for the kids. This is good, guys. Trying to eat healthy. You know what I mean? Start the gym. Start back at the gym on Monday. You were on one this morning. Yes, I was. And there's more of them to come. Do you? Really? No, I've already cleared it up with him. It's all good. It's all good. I tried to get it before he came on. I was like, out there, everybody, I'm going to eat this before M&G comes on. Then I've just looked around and seen somebody go, hi, M&G. 5 years, mate. Well, it's down to you, mate, you know. Don't look at it like that. You know, don't look at that. When your time's up, God will decide, you know what I mean? The doctors can't tell you that. It is. But the thing is, guys, I truly believe when doctors turn around to some people and say you've got 18 months to live or you've got a year to live and they die exactly a year later, 18 months, it's only because the doctors told them that. I do believe that. I do believe, I'm one of them guys that believe in things that it's just a wee bit far out there for you. You know, I believe that I can do anything I want. Anything I want, you know. I believe that anything I put my mind to, I can achieve it. You know, I think everybody has that capability. You just don't know it. I believe that you can worry yourself sick. You can make yourself no well. Yeah, 5 years is more than what some people do. But you know, at the same time, it's not easy. But you've got to understand, you know. There's a better place in this, guys. You know, there's a better place in this. And I also believe if you're connected through DNA, you're never away from your loved ones, you know. That was really nice. Really nice, guys. Now, I believe, like I said, he is the wee brother and all that. I do believe, like, you get up in the morning, you decide your own day. It's up to you whether you have a good day or night. And I also do believe it's up to you how long you've got to live. If you say to yourself, I'm not dying in 4 years, 5 years, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it a wee bit longer than that. I do believe, if you truly believe that, if you believe that in your heart, it'll happen. That's what I believe. That's who I am. That's what I believe, guys. I think the only people who hold us back is ourselves. I really do. Like, you got to look at it. Will he see what he's even crying for? I missed a bit there. Yeah, underground with the wumbles. Did you put butter on it for them, Dad? Yes, I've got the butter here. I'm just spreading it on as I go. Think about it like this. How many people do you know, young guys that I know, went to school, right, done a trade, they've grew up, Every lad I know is like this. They either grow up and they want to join the army, they join the army, they end up getting killed or something, you know what I mean? Or they end up joining the army, they don't like it and they leave. Other guys, I want to be a plumber. They go to school. Sorry, mate. They go to school and I'm going to have to maybe move it around the other way. They go to school and they're wanting to be a tradesman, they want to be a plumber, they want to be a gas man, they want to be a joiner, they want to be a brickie, and they become it. You see them driving about with their vans, with their business. But that's as far as they go. Because that's all the schools taught them. You know, get an education, get a job, make enough money to provide for you and your family so you can get a holiday once a year and buy plenty of Christmas presents and never miss a birthday. And they do that. They live their lives, they get their job, they have their wee van, and then they retire, and then they die. But what if somebody had told them kids when they were young, you could have your own business, you could have 10 vans and spend all your time with your family and have other people working for you? You understand? That's what they would have achieved. If they had left school and got, you know what, I'm going to be a multi-millionaire, I'm going to own as many joinery companies as I can, they would have done it. They would have done it. The only reason that they've only got one van and they're working non-stop in the weekends is because that's all they've tried to do. You get me, guys? And that is... I'll never budge off this, guys. You will achieve whatever you want to achieve. If something excites you, follow that dream and you will succeed at it. And it mightn't happen straight away and you might get knocked back a wee bit. But if you get up and keep going, then that just guarantees it's going to happen. You know, because you're so determined. You get me? I'm in that ballpark myself, even less, Chris. I'm glad it'll be gone too, mate. It's sad, isn't it? It is sad when people are looking forward to leaving this planet because it's just too much. And, like, guys, like, it is really, really bad. I'm telling you now, like, I can feel a sadness and a deep hurt that I can't explain when it comes to dealing with what's going on in this country. When I'm talking about the kids and the vulnerable kids and the hundreds of thousands of children that have been essayed, you know, it is a horrible feeling, and it's really difficult to get your head up sometimes, you know. And then you've got anger comes, frustration, you know. Guys, I was on the phone to Lee, British Lee Patriot today, and he was crying. And I know he won't mind you telling me this, right? I swear to God. We were just talking, and he phoned me to ask me, like, a few years, guys, three of my mates had phoned me as soon as I put that video out. Are you okay? Right? Fair play, these guys, you know what I mean? But, so I was like talking to Lee and saying to Lee about, you know, how I'm feeling and stuff like that. And I was like saying to him, you know, this is like, it's the fucking children's home kids. It's killing me, man. It's like, these kids are fucking children. They come from children's homes. These were the most vulnerable children. And it broke his heart, guys. It actually broke his fucking heart on the phone. This is a grown man breaking his heart. Nah, man, this is bad. And I know yous are all the same. I know deep down that every man's the same right now. Yous could all shed a tear. Yous could all shed a tear right now. If I was to sit down and talk to yous and tell yous exactly what has happened, yous would shed a tear. I'm telling you, I know things. I know things that I could never talk about on here. I would just get the platform would get shut down, you know. And that doesn't matter if it's the truth. Doesn't matter if it's facts. You know, some things you just can't say. Some things they just don't want you to know. But the main thing that we can say that was all racially motivated, you know, there was no, as far as I'm aware, no Muslim children. They targeted specifically children that weren't Muslim. You know, that is racially motivated. That is horrific on another level. Anybody that has Christian children or anybody that's got any children that aren't, you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful because they're particularly targeting them particular kids, you know. Our paedophiles that we know and grew up with, we all know that we've all had the big ones and wee ones, and I've been in jail, seen them all, and they don't care what religion you are. They're not interested in none of that. They don't care what colour you are, what religion you are. These are pedos. They're not. They're just. They see the child. They don't see a colour. They don't see a religion. These men do. The first thing they see is the religion. and it's not their religion, so that gives them the green light to go. You know, and you know, we talk about racism, we talk about the NF, we talk about the BNP, Nick Griffiths. You know what I mean? And you got to remember, Nick Griffiths was one of the first ones ever to talk about this. Even before Tommy Robinson, I believe he was the first person to bring this up. And look what happened to Nick Griffiths. He hasn't got any support like Tommy, has he? And that doesn't sit right with a lot of people, because Tommy gets a lot of support, and then there's other men there that have done just as much, you know, but never got the limelight, don't get the protection, don't have the money, you know, and that doesn't sit right with people. But that's not Tommy's fault. You cannot lay that at Tommy's door, you know, and that's why I'm talking about it, because these things need to be discussed, because this is what I'm getting, this is what I'm hearing from different people, you know what I mean? Because I'm always, when I find somebody that doesn't like Tommy Robinson, I need to find out why. You got to understand that. I need to know what's going on, because when I'm doing videos and I'm promoting people and speaking up highly about people, I want my daughter to look back and know that I was behind the right people, you know. And you know, I'll be honest with you, I have looked and searched and researched, and there's nothing damning that I can find for anybody to dislike Tommy Robinson, you know. I find it as in a lot of cases, I don't want to say it's personal, you know, but I don't know, some people in life just don't take to you, you know. Some people just don't see eye to eye, and I think in this case, some people just don't take to Tommy, you know. He's like Marmite, yeah, they love him or hate him. That's one of them problems that we have with Tommy Robinson, you know. And it's very easy to pick little things like the money, you know. Oh, he's got so much money and he's getting all this help from Elon Musk, and why is he collecting money from people, you know. At the end of the day, it doesn't concern me. You know, the topic and what he's doing and what he's suffered is far more empowering than any money that he could get. I couldn't care less if he was a billionaire. I couldn't care less if he was making £1 million a week. You know, doesn't bother me. I'm not interested, you know. At the end of the day, if he's making £1 million a week, I wouldn't be giving him any money. You know, simple as that. And everybody would be the same, and that would be it. But he's not. You know, the money that he's getting is for protection, is so he can move about the country without being taken out, you know, so he can put a security team around him, so he can organise these protests and demos and making it safe for us. And people forget, yeah, and maybe there's been a wee bit of skullduggery, you know. It's a big organisation, you know. Remember, it's the Tommy Robinson era. It's not the Tommy Robinson, it's the Tommy Robinson era. And also remember, Tommy Robinson is a movement. The name is a movement, you know. Stephen Yaxi Lennon is a totally different entity. Sorry, guys. You know, so the man himself can't be held responsible for everybody around him. If somebody does something wrong, or an account isn't right, or money goes missing, you cannot lay that at Tommy's door, you know. I don't think a man is going to put his neck on the line for our children and suffer like he has from the government, the way what they're doing to him, trying to destroy his mind and his soul, you know. I don't think a man like that is out to steal off us. I don't think a man like that is out for his own gains. Because if he was, he'd be in America. He wouldn't even have came out here. He wouldn't have came back. When he knew he came back to go to prison. You got to remember that, guys. I wouldn't have came back. Would you have came back? Would you have came back to go into one of them jails? Huh? No way. I wouldn't have come back. I'd have beelined straight to America and got refuge, you know. And, you know, who would have blamed them? Look how many people were going on about him being in Spain. Because he left for Spain. And I'm not going to go on about Tommy, guys, because, like, no problem, Anne-Marie. He's an absolute diamond of a guy. Old school London boy. One of the probably last old school guys that you'll ever meet. You know, there's a lot of pretenders out there. Please believe me. I know, guys. I've been in jails, so many jails, right? And I've heard so many mad stories. You get them. You get the mad stories in the jail, I promise you. You know, you get guys with photos of Lamborghinis and motorbikes and like really good looking girls, you know what I mean? God knows where they get the photographs from, but they proclaim that it's theirs. That's my girl, that's my car. I know if it's in getting fixed and all that, and I'll get it when I get out, and my motorbike and that. And then they're coming and asking me for a lend of tobacco on a Saturday night. You know what I mean? Crazy stories. Absolutely. I could sit here all night and tell you crazy stories of guys in the jail. And, you know, it's like, Oh, I've lost my thought. I've lost my thought, guys. Right, give me some. Throw stuff at me, guys. Yeah, I know, John. But you got to understand, right? Lee has got two beautiful daughters. Absolutely beautiful daughters, right? And just like me, he's worried. He's worried. He's went to get a biopsy done. He's waiting on the results, and how he's gonna manage. He's putting on a brave face, right? But I don't know how I would deal with that, guys. I really don't know how I would deal with that. But it's like it's so easy to get emotional. I've got loads. I got emotional. I get emotional doing these videos. You have seen it. I don't break down. I end up stopping or doing something to stop it going any further. But it is really difficult. So it is really, really difficult when you're researching, when you're looking at stuff, and you're talking about stuff. And because I know what it's like to be groomed, you got to understand that, guys. I've been groomed. I know I've been groomed twice, and it's when you're on your own, when you got nobody in the world, right? It's fucking heartbreaking, right? But this is what it's like for these kids. When you got nobody in the world, you're looking out for somebody. You want anybody, somebody to give you a bit of attention, a bit of love, somebody just to give you that reassuring arm in the shoulder that everything's going to be all right. Somebody that you can look up to. That's what all kids look for when they don't have anybody else. They're always looking, even though they might be jumping about like wee hard men, they're always looking for that one person to go, give me you. Because everybody else is taking the piss out of them and taking advantage of them. But not in a bad way, just getting you to run the shop and taking piss out of you. And, because you're always a wee dude. I was always a wee dude amongst older ones. And so you're always looking for somebody with a bit of sense to be a father figure, you know what I mean? And when you get that and you get caught up in that, and because this is what they do, they make you feel like you're special. They make you think that they really care about you and you really matter to them, and you don't know about hidden agenda. You haven't got a clue what's coming. You haven't got a clue. And then when the penny drops, and that's the moment I keep trying to tell you for these children, that it's that moment is the trauma. I'm not kidding you on. It's that moment of realization of shit, everything I know about this person is wrong, and I'm in so much danger right now. There's nothing can explain that, guys, and it is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking because this is what they done. They got these kids in the kebab places and other places and fed them. They got them in with food because they were hungry. Then when they got them in with food, they got them around the back, and then they give them drink, and then they give them drugs, and then they got them addicted to heroin. That's the way these guys went. So that way, when they were addicted to heroin, they had to keep coming back to get their fix because they're getting it for free. These are kids, they can't afford to keep a heroin habit going, And that's how they went. That's how it happened. When you're a heroin addict, you will do anything for a fix. Please believe me. I've seen some horrible things in prison with guys who have been addicted to heroin. But is anybody from reform talking about what's happened to all our children? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because they can't. Because they want these people to vote for them. You get me? They want the left to vote for them. And for some reason, you cannot talk about grooming gangs. You cannot talk about men who have done horrific things to our children for whatever reason. I don't know why, But it's sad. Right. Hello, Wonder Man. Ragnar. Okay. John Rankin, good bit of info, mate. The BNP wouldn't let Tommy Robinson's black mates into a meeting. There you go. There's a really good bit of information for you guys. The 11th of April, Keith, we'll find out more. Good evening, Karen. Anne-Marie Short, good evening. Can you turn the volume down a tiny bit on the baby monitor? Yeah, because I don't want to get copyrighted. I can move it a wee touch. Oh, it's okay, I don't need it on. Yeah, I don't need it on. Katie's up there. Yeah, I don't want to get copyrighted, like. He was offered the packet a long time ago and still skint. Who's Corn when you're all at home? Who's Corn? M&G, is this cryptic or something? Gurmit Singh going to see him tomorrow. Oh, nice one. Gurmit Singh's going up to see Tommy tomorrow, guys. Thank you, John. Yeah. For psychological warfare in prisoners. Yeah, 100%. Like, I've been there. You know, it's fucking... You know, it's hard work. I don't like going on about it because I feel like sometimes people will think, oh, it's all about you. You know, I need to explain. I've been there. I've done a lot of time in solitary confinement. 3 to 4 months was my biggest. And I swear to God, like, I keep telling you, my head was going, and I didn't even know. You don't know when your head's going. That's the scary thing. I thought I was all right. I thought I was doing great. You know, diggered up, giving it that, you know what I mean, to them, you know, and not a care in the world, you know, I can do this is easy, you think this is punishment, you know what I mean, whistling, singing and all that, and then shouting out the window, you know what I mean, showing no difference in my attitude or anything. I thought I was doing alright. No, according to my wife. Karen Finlay, Tommy has got the backbone, fire in his belly and love in his heart. Bricks. It's tiring. I know, Deborah. What do you think powerful people don't like TR is more loved and trusted, admired than them? On the other side, many downtrodden, marginal people without hope don't like him for some reason. Yeah, so we've got a big class divide, guys. This is what's going on. We've got the middle class who live in the affluent areas in the leafy suburbs that don't have any problems with what we have. They've all got private healthcare. They've got private nannies and all the rest of it. And, you know, this is the thing. We're suffering and we're telling them there's a problem. We've got a problem here. And they're not listening. They're just calling us racist and far right. But it will bite them in the arse, but by then it's going to be too late, you know what I mean? It's going to be one of them ones, you know, shutting the horse when after the horse is bolted, you know. Can I ask a very personal question? No need to answer on live, but Freedom Dad, you say you were groomed, but were you ever sexually abused? Yes, I was indeed. I got £40,000 compensation for it, so I did. I was abused when I was 9 and abused when I was 11. First year, just going in the first year. Both in children's homes. The laughing emoji is ill-placed now. Yeah, no. Freedom Dad, please turn the monitor down. I have. I have. Freedom Dad probably come out them in power. We're involved too. Freedom Dad probably come out them in power. We're involved too. Sorry, William. Predictive texting. Cheers, Freedom Dad, and Lucky. Hope I've spelled that right. Yeah? Aye? All good? That could have been embarrassing, Freedom Dad. Baby monitors are dodgy sometimes. Yeah, I'm not keen on it myself, like, but it is handy. Ragnar, people can't deal with spirits because they never learned morals. Like vodka. I can deal with a vodka, yeah. Don't need morals on a vodka. What's morals? At the same time, wee bits, they can also be useful. John Capone, we know how jails work and we still built our hopes up every time. I should have known better. Do you know corn doesn't digest, Freedom Dad? Yeah, I've noticed that with my dogs. But I try and chew it. Must get something from it. Tastes good. Children's home and state, they don't do morals. Yeah, the problem with children's homes is, what the problem with me was I was angry. You know, I lost my mum, and like, it was really, really close to my mum, you know. I was the only child, so you can imagine the love she threw at me. So she was taken away. I was too really. I mean, I know she was no well. She had cancer. She was in and out of hospital and stuff, and it was all, you know. I knew she was no well and all that. And like the last time I seen her, she didn't even recognise me. You know, she was calling me a different name and everything, and it was fucking really hard, really, really difficult. But then that was it. You know what I mean? I was in school, headmaster. I was actually in the corner. I was sat in the corner because I was bad, and the headmaster came into the class, P4, and I've seen the headmaster looking at me, and I'm like, fuck, I'm in trouble. I can remember it like it was yesterday. I was like sitting there thinking, oh no, imagine the headmaster walking in when I'm in sitting in the corner, you know what I mean? I couldn't make it up, no luck at all, I was thinking, you know what I mean? And then he's called me out, and I'm like, here we go. I was always getting caned in that. And I've walked out into the hall, and he's put his arm around me, and I instantly knew my mum was dead. I didn't need to say any words. As soon as he put his arm around me, because normally he was telling me to put my hand out, they caned me. So this time he's put his arm around me, and I knew straight away. But so my problem was I was quite angry, you know, whatever, for whatever reason, you know, and going into children's homes, not getting enough attention, wanting attention, you know what I mean? Because I'm used to getting attention from my mum, and then all of a sudden I'm in a place with like 14, 15 kids and 2 members of staff, and, you know, me. You imagine a wee boy, you know what I mean? So then it got to a stage where they were sitting on me, like pinning me down, you know what I mean? And yeah, but maybe 3 or 4 members of staff, to be honest with you, like, and like I do think they were jagging me with something. I have no proof, but I've no memory. All I can remember is getting pinned down and then going from angry to crying and then nothing. I've got no memory. So it's only like as I'm getting older, I'm thinking about it, like, why? Because I'm got a really good memory. You know, I remember quite a lot of stuff from when I was young, you know, because it was traumatic. You remember traumatic stuff, you know? Talger, 2 messages retracted. You're trying to get that message up. You're trying different ways, aren't you? And YouTube says no. Computer says no. Yeah, children's homes in state, they don't do morals. Spirit. Oh, I get you. Yeah, they don't, mate. We are all in abusive relationship with the establishment, narcissist abuse, freedom dad. I grew up with a narcissist mother, so I know step by step what the establishment was doing. And that's another thing, guys. You know, like, I went through life, like, on my own as an orphan and stuff like that. But as I'm growing up, I've been around families where I've seen, like, I would rather not have a mother, you know, or a father than have a mother and a father like that. And that's no word of lie, like, you know. So there is worse off. You know, I do believe, you know, even though losing my mother is horrible and it's really hard to deal with, but I think having a mother like that would be even more difficult because you're with somebody that's meant to love you and they're treating you like that. So that, Vanda, is a worse situation. I truly believe. Is it Vanda? No, sorry, I'm Anne-Marie Short. That is a worse situation for you than I've been in, without a doubt. No, not. This is what it's about. This is what my channel's about. Is I bring what I know, what my experience, my knowledge to the platform to try and bring awareness of what's going on. Try and bring awareness of who these children are. Nobody seems. It's just children. It's just numbers. 1,400 children, 250,000, 50 cities up and down. It's just numbers. Nobody's paying any attention of actual children. We're not seeing nothing about the children. You know, we don't know what's happened to the children. How are them children getting on right now, going into adulthood? Where are they? Nothing. Because I know who them children are. I know exactly where them children are right now. You know, they're either on the end of a bottle, on the end of a needle, or they're in prison. You can put your house on it, you know. The problem is they stop using their hearts and mind and have superior that gives them rules instead, then they do anything. Yeah. Change that mic position for tomorrow, Sunday prayers, folks. I think it's an echo of God. Is it echoing? Is it echoing? Because it's maybe something. Two seconds, guys. I got a bit late on this. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Yeah, it's got an echo on it. It'll be handy for when I'm singing, eh? A word a line, Talger. A word a line, yeah. Good idea, John. Window man. Since Donald Trump signed a decree banning men from girls' sports, there has been a sharp drop in ball bag injuries in girls' sports. Abusing kids has happened since the beginning time. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Well, it's well documented in the Quran, isn't it? That last message was cool, John G. Are you pulling some of his messages? I feel your pain, Freedom Dad. I have complex PTSD thanks to childhood abuse. It's been going on for years. Yeah, I've got complex PTSD. 500 rapes in Israel a year. Numbers. I keep hitting it every time I move. Hitting what? Is it not this when I'm putting that down? Good on you, Deborah. Money's no good if you're not happy. Every time I bang on it. Never married again after that. Yeah, don't blame you. I want to get this here. I'm not touching it. I'll move it. There you go. I'm definitely not seeing all the messages, glitz in the matrix. How is she?
We had a big poo explosion.
Did we?
I don't know if we're going in. She's on the bed just now. She's like half dozing, but because she's on a poo, she'd be due at 8.
8. Okay.
No, between 8 and 9, but she's...
7:37. 7:37. Can you believe that? This is what happens to me every time.
I don't know if she's...
Don't know if you can see that. 7:37. Every time I look at the phone, 7:37 or 37 is always there. Paul O'Neill. Hello, Paul. My daughter had trans teacher. The girls in her class would not accept it. The Irish girls and migrants. Girl, a Muslim, guess what, is no longer in her school. Trans is bollocks. We accept that. We accept. You're right. I don't. It is a touchy subject. It is, guys. You got to understand. Katie's best friend is transgender. I need to move it. I can't move it now. I'll move it. I will put it back to where it was. They're saying they're hearing something of it and banging it or something. Good evening, Muttley. Good to see you. Better late than never. What was I going to say there? I was going to say something there. Yeah. So yeah, Katie's best friend is transgender. It's a guy. Right, and I swear to God, it's a girl in a guy's body, 110%. So I don't know what you do with that. What do you do with that? Like, obviously, she isn't that type of person who would want to join in a girls' race or a girls' competition. She's not like that. You know, I know that. You know what I mean? They're not all like that. You know, but some children are born in the wrong body, and I don't know why it is. I've never experienced that in my life growing up. You have never experienced it. I've never met a guy that's got on like a girl. You know. But Katie grew up with him, right? So Katie has like went through primary school together, secondary school together. They grew up together. They're best friends. So you know, she tells me exactly like what it's all about and how when they were growing up, he was playing with dolls and stuff like that. You know, you could tell from a very early age that something wasn't right. You know, and I don't even like saying that, you know. At the end of the day, it is what it is, guys. There's people getting born in the wrong bodies, and what do you do with that? What do you do with a wee boy that you know's a girl? Everything about the boy's a girl, apart from the body. What do you do with that? You know, it's like, because you got to remember, it's a child. You know what I mean? That's a child that's trapped in a wrong body. It's not nice, guys, and you've always got to remember that when people are going on about trans, and because I do believe that they're doing this to create division, right? They're always creating this. They've done all this, bringing them. You've seen the damage that some of these guys, men, are doing in the women's sports to other women because they're so strong, you know. So, you know, like I say, it's down to individuals. Everybody's different, you know. But like, your mate is definitely a woman, a girl, eh? But in a boy's body. Yeah. No, this is what I'm saying. It's like, this is what I always say, how I'm able to talk about this stuff. Hello, Lady of R. It's because, like, they're not all like that. They don't want to go in and cause trouble and stand out. They don't. They just want to get on with their lives and do their own thing. Just how come me didn't see trans till the last few years? Because it's manufactured. The trans drug is $1 billion. I know what you're saying. I have never grew up with, never seen anything like this, but it's happening. It's 100% happening. I've seen it with my own eyes, guys. You know, but like I say, the governments are using it. All right, M&G, flying the flags as usual. It is some with opposite spirit gender than body gender. It's the gay parades and sex we don't like. Yeah, it's too much. It is too much, you know what I mean? But I do believe that quite a lot of these people think they think it's too much as well. They don't like it, you know. They don't like it. But it is what it is, guys. You know, it's one of them things that we've just got to sort of be respectful as much as we can, you know, and it's difficult. It is difficult. I get that, because unless you're involved and you know somebody and you're emotionally connected to somebody, as a friend, then it is very difficult to understand it, you know. Willow Ferry. Hello, Willow Ferry. Trans don't usually want to be seen different. The woke brigade is killing it for the genuine trans and just want to live their life. It's correct, 100%. Doctors are playing God. It's happening because people are so stupid, easy to brainwash. Yeah, this, you know, it is. There is, you know, like I say as well, with all these, like Philip Schofield, you know what I mean? Philip Schofield, who's gay. You know, you don't become gay in your 50s. You know, he's a predator, you know. He's a deviant. That's what he is. He's a deviant. He's just, you know, no doubt about it. So when guys go into jail and guys go with other guys in the jail, now I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen it. It happens. I'm 100% sure it happens, you know what I mean? But it's not what you think. It's nothing what anybody thinks. The jail is not like that, you know what I mean? But I imagine it does happen. And these guys are just deviants. They're sexual deviants. You get me? When they get back out, they'll go back with women. You understand? And that's what... a person that's gay is gay. You know you're gay. You know, simple as that. If you're a guy and you're attracted to another guy, you know it pretty early on. You know, you just don't become gay when you're 50 or 60. You know. John Rankin, years ago, it was just GAY to us. Our pastor's son developed breast at puberty and then put him in a mental institute. Wow. Love seeing other people joining in on the gossip. It's that kind of community. You've been working like a horse. Willow. Guys for Gaza. Guys for Gaza. Oh, the trans agenda is the depopulation of the world, not producing kids with be death me. Yeah, Paul, that's a trans, that's one thing, right? But then you've got the gay thing as well, where they're confusing our children. They're telling our children there's more than one, and it's okay if you want to go with a boy, and the boy's like, what? You know, these wee kids are like, okay, I'll kiss a boy. You know, and then it's confusing, and you don't know what damage that's doing to kids, you know what I mean? Imagine a young boy in primary school kissing another boy, and then growing up in that neighbourhood, then it getting brought up later on in life. You were kissing boys when you were, you know what I mean? And like, it's not right. There's nothing right about it. Yeah, John, that's a good point. Good point, mate. I think there's always been butch birds and camp geezers. We have a different name now as well. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. You've got a point there, mate. 100%. They can be helped. I don't think they need help. Baby monitor. She's got to have the baby monitor just because I don't want to get copyright with the songs. That's better. Yeah, that's better. John, I've just opened my book fast. Anne-Marie got rich. Remember that was in 1960s. I am 70. Well, I would never have knew you were 70. You comment like a 30-year-old, so you do. When spirit possesses you, you don't have a choice. How's the spirit going to possess you? You know, you'd need to be vulnerable and leave yourself open, like doing Ouija boards and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You'd really need to open yourself up. Spirits aren't just going to come in and do nothing to you. We're too strong, you know. At the end of the day, we know that spirits and ghosts can't do nothing to us. You know, they really can't. Lucy Cole, I'm a boots bird, lol, but I'm not gay. Nothing wrong. I know, you know that. There's no place in schools. What people do when they are adults is their business. Correct. A dominant father can also bring down their sons, i.e. dictating. Now we have dictators in power. Yep. Well said, Deborah. Lucy Cole, I'm an old bird, lol. We're all old birds, so we are. And good evening, Alison. Good to see you. They start introducing the kids from babies, all kids cartoons, they said all have trans characters so they will accept them. It's the new norm. Yeah. But, you know, with the right government we can change all that, you know. No, Dad. Yes, Ragnar. Even Katie's laughing. She never really get a laugh out of her when it comes to Hingy, but as soon as I mention your name, there's a wee giggle comes there. What's that tell you? That's okay, Julie. We're just talking about reform, transgender, you know, just chewing a fat, guys. Chewing a fat. Can I get another wee coffee?
What goes on food on it and head for about 8 if that's...
Yeah. It's good. It's good. London Bridge is falling down. Sorry, guys. Come on, you've got to take us, man. You've got to accept this. This is Freedom Dance Channel. This is real life, you know what I mean? You know, anything can happen. It can go any direction, this can, like, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if we're sitting here one day and the door comes off the hinges. I'm like, whoa, I'm on alive, guys. Oh, dear. Yeah, quite fitting, that song, wasn't it? Quite fitting. Just button it up. Try not to hit the mic. Get the singing kettle on for Lucky. Deborah, turn your door upside down. Anne-Marie, at 3 months, a fetus has 50% male and 50% female hormones. Who are we to say everyone pan out 100% male or female after many months? Yeah. Here's one for you, right? This is how messed up it is, right? So, talking to Katie the other day, Katie's right there, so she's my witness. I was like, at the Katie. She was away to the horse, and I was picking stuff for Lucky to wear, and I was putting different things in front of her for her to pick what she wanted to wear. And she doesn't really pick it, she just makes noises, and I pretend that she picked it, you know. And but I was thinking, there was a wee moment, a thought came into my head when I was holding up a pink frilly skirt, wee dress for her. And a wee thought came to my head. It was, should I be doing this? Should I be like bringing her up as a wee lassie? It's not nuts that for a wee second I thought to myself, maybe what if she isn't? Maybe she wants to be a guy, or maybe she wants to be a boy, and I'm doing this there as a wee girl. It's not nuts that entered my head. Obviously, it was just a mad thought that came into my head, just as I'm doing my thing with her. But it's nuts that we're like that. That's what I was saying to Katie, and going, it's not nuts that I thought that, When she's a wee girl, she's going to be a wee girl. She's going to be in pink every day. Yeah, door can literally do that. Come off the hinges. Did you see Paul Begley's crucifix fall off the cupboard when he doubled? Ragnar, it's no spirits that's putting the door off the hinges, right? It's the police that's putting it. I know you know this. You're winding me up. Is he winding me up, guys? Is Ragnar winding me up? Yes, it's my baby girl. You're right, William. Yes, and she's going to be in pink frilly stuff for as long as I can. As long as I can. Even when she goes, I don't like that. You're wearing a pink frilly dress. Did I send you a video with the door put upside down? Yes, mate, you did. I seen it. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, there's a council went out and put somebody's door on that was upside down. The windows, where you get the windows, the door, and then you get the two wee windows. It was round the other way. The two wee windows were at the bottom. Cooking masterpiece at the minute. Hello. P.S. It's fish fingers, beans, bread and butter. Oh, it sounds good. Gordon Ramsay, eat your heart out. That always sounds good. Fish fingers, beans and bread. It always sounds good. 8 Mags, welcome in. Of course, I know, but that's just a wee mad thought I had, you know what I mean? It was just one of them, I saw a copper on a rocking horse on the phone in someone else's garden. No military, no horses, cutbacks. No. I seen a copper peeing in a woman's garden the other day. Yeah. John Capone, first I heard that, man. London Bridge is taking over, and we all fall down. Yep. Having a South African braai tomorrow. Lamb chops, Boer Wars, and Brella Brolsies. Anyone joining? I will give that one a miss, Anne-Marie, but thank you. Gays wear pink. Gays make... gays. Leave it. I'm not even going to go down that road. She's a girl. Do girl. She will soon let you know. Just let her grow. That's like a re-rap. She's a girl. Do girl. She will soon let you know. Let her grow. That's not really good, is it? I'm not a rapper. I'll get the video. Be right back, sir. Okay. Don't be long. Hurry back. Big up Trump. And tariffs, more taxes for globalist corporations like Big Pharma. Trump will repay those that selected him in lobbyists, not the sheepy. Suit you. Feed him, Dad. Pink frilly. Hey, pink makes the girls wink, guys. Pink makes the girls wink. Think rags on the Buckfast tonight. Think rags on the Buckfast tonight. He couldn't handle Buckfast. Could you imagine him on Buckfast coming on here? He sounds like the type of guy you would get him on the Buckfast, wouldn't you? You would, like, if you were out with him, you'd be like, drink that. And then video him all night. Copper on a rocking horse. I was thinking copper metal. I'm like a scrap man, remember? I'm thinking copper. Gays also wear pink. Well, happy people. What happy people always wear pink, do they, M&G? Just make sure there are blue clothes in there. Honestly, mate, she's going to be a wee Hearts girl, I think. I do, like. I'm not pushing Rangers and Celtic on there, mate. I can't do it. She's from the heart of Scotland, you know what I mean? She's going to support Hearts. I want her to support her local team, you know? She'll also support Linfield, but she's getting a wee Linfield top soon. Up to about 100 years ago, baby boys were dressed in pink and girls in blue. I'm full of useless facts. There you go, guys. There you go. I do like her in blue. I do. She had a wee Nike a wee Nike onesie on, and it was like baby blue, and she looked nice in it, like she did. Right. No, no, 100%. No, no, I wouldn't care about nothing like that. You know. Um, yeah, I'm not young enough to care. You know. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be here when Lucky's having children, guys. You know what I mean? I would like to think maybe, you know what I mean, 20 years, could maybe get another 20 years out of me, you know what I mean, if I stop smoking. But, you know, that I would miss that if she was gay, you know. I would miss, you know, having grandchildren, I imagine, you know. Karen Finlay, don't lose heart, everyone. We are a movement, and I feel that something is going to come together. Oh, 100%. I've got plenty of faith. I am totally chilled out and relaxed. As you can see from the video of the day. You're right. There is good things coming. 110%. Enough people have woke up to get a good political party moving. And then once we get a good political party moving, that's when we become active and start pushing it out there. And then we're going to show reform exactly. We don't need bots. We do not need bots. You know, there's enough of us out there to push any political party that we want. You know, any man that's going to protect my daughter, I'm getting 110% behind them, you know. Cold Rain FC. Yeah, I nearly got done in Cold Rain once. Go with her mum, RFC. You can wind forward to end. I wish I could with this. I wish I could, Ragnar. Oh, I wish I could. Corn burrows is real mince spiced beef sausage, and burgers or slices of bread buttered on both sides with sliced tomato, onion and cheese roasted. It does sound good. It does sound a wee bit too posh for me, you know. It really does. It sounds really posh. Rupert and Ben need to join up. Yeah, join up. Yeah, that's what we need, guys. We really need Rupert and Ben to go into UKIP, you know, and, you know, totally build it up. You know, it is an established party. It's up and going. I don't see why we need to start another party up, you know, but that's just my opinion. I don't know what it is about UKIP. I really don't know what the problem is with UKIP. You know, it's like, you know, a couple of shady people in there, maybe but you look at me, I'm shady. Everybody's shady in a way, aren't they? Oh, this is what I got in the day. What? Look at this. This is what came through the door the day. That says Edinburgh. Does that look like an Edinburgh guy to you? That's EE. That's your sponsor for the day, guys. My cooker's happy. My cooker's happy now. I cooked spicy chicken, chili and curry sauce. I'm not great with spicy food, but I do like a wee bit of spicy chicken, like a wee bit of chili chicken, or like, but not very often. Not my town, but my closest foodie club. Those Cold Rain ones are a bad lot. I used to stay in Garva. I was fostered out by a wee place called Garva that wouldn't be too far away from me, I don't think. Next to Ballymoney when I was a wee boy. Didn't last long, like. So an hour and a half. Jeez, oh guys. An hour and a half already. Wow. Yeah, and I haven't even felt like a fag. I haven't even needed one of these yet. Well, I have. I've took one of them earlier, like, but I haven't needed one at the minute. This is quite good. You know, so the patch is definitely working. You know, got it on my chest here, so I do. I would lift my jumper up and show you it, but all you guys will get jealous, and I don't want any of you girls swooning when you see my six pack, you know. Yeah, it's probably me putting my cup down. It's because it's connected to the table. What about the good old Newcastle team? Yeah, not really into Newcastle, to be honest with you. They have put 500 G's each to look into the grape gang because Reform won't do it. Who has? Who has, John? Hello, Ragnar. Welcome in. Did we fast forward you? Or did we rewind you? Look up Operation Mockingbird. If you weren't so Ballymena with your Ballymoney, you could buy a Ballycastle have a Bally home. And a Bally good time while you're doing it. Rupert and Ben, good on them, like. So what am I Googling here? 2 seconds, guys. Operation. So, Operation Mockingbird, excuse me, sorry guys, sorry, that was quite rude. Operation Mockingbird is an alleged large-scale, this is Google, man, not like Google to say alleged, is it? Fucking hell. Large-scale program of the United States Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, that began in the early years of the Cold War and attempted to manipulate domestic American news media organizations for propaganda purposes. Wow. That's fucking strange. So when somebody's put in, like, where you go into Google and it's got all the wee bits, says somebody's wrote, like, one of the questions was, does it still exist? And when you click on it, there's no answer. So it does. They just don't want to say no. I'll get a wee look at that. So, well, Joanne Keane, I will get a wee look at that. Thank you so much for that. Deborah Hart, Freedom Dad. In 1 minute, Vindicator strikes back reform. Okie dokie. A new party called Reform by all the ones Nigel Sachs should unite and get behind them. They'll bring a good vote to the ballot box in 4 years. Yeah, I think, definitely. Someone else matched them, John, or you can do it with the Siggy's Freedom Dad I gave up 3 years ago and was a chain smoker. Just take each day as it comes, and if you get stressed out, go for a walk with the dogs. Yeah, that's a problem. Walk with the dogs, I normally have a fag, so I am, like I say, these here are good. I never knew about these. You just put them under your lip, I'll show you them. That's it there. It's just like a wee mint, and you just put it under your lip, So I don't want to, it's 2 milligrams of nicotine, so I don't want to just take them for fun, you know what I mean? Like I say, I'm doing okay. I normally do okay when I use the patches. It's coming off the patches is the problem. But this is the first time I've had lucky doing this, you know what I mean? So, don't know Christy Moore. Chrissy Moore, I think it is. William Stewart, that's volume. I can't touch that stuff. I cannot take volume, guys. It does really bad stuff to me. I have after my wife died, I was taking anything that was going. I'll be honest with you, like anything that was going. And my mates, I swear to God, right, my mates would phone me up if they were gonna come around. They were going, "Have you taken any valleys?" I swear to God, that would be the first question. If I was anywhere near any of my mates, they'd be like, I was bad. And I don't know why. Everybody says to me they've never seen anybody react like that the way I do. I'm bad. Really, really bad. Like, see, when people say they take stuff and they end up in the jail for murder, I totally get it. I totally understand it now, you know what I mean? I don't have any memory. No memory at all. Like, I mean, stuff that's happened and I'm gobsmacked. I'm absolutely gobsmacked, and really some really bad stuff that could have been a lot worse, but wasn't. Very lucky, and you'd be lying in the cell for something and you wouldn't have a clue. And I can't imagine what that would be like, sitting, getting remanded for something that you've got no clue doing. That would be hard, because in your head you just wouldn't have done it, But yeah, very angry, very dangerous person. So yeah, don't take them. Don't touch them, Very, 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 I don't know why it does it to me, but, valleys do not relax me. they make me into absolute head case, really dangerous person. Honest to God, like shockingly bad, like, and I don't even see it. I think I'm okay. It's everybody around me is like really, really worried. You know, I've seen many of them over the years. You think you're invisible on them. I don't know what. I don't know what goes on. I really don't. I would take him. Like, I wasn't sleeping after my wife died, you know, and somebody's giving me a load of ollies, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I took a few, man, and next thing, fucking 4 days later, no sleep. They don't put me to sleep. They don't relax me. They just block everything. They just take everything away, my memory, and I just become an absolute crackpot. Really, really bad, like. Yeah, these were real ones, mate. You know, it's, yeah, no, never ever again. I mean, I took stuff after my wife died I've never even seen before. You know what I mean? Crazy. Like, my head was away. My head was gone. You know what I mean? Absolutely gone. Junior, I got them for pain. Was still working on the roots at the time. Trippy. The roofs at the time. Oof. You know, William. See, mate. John R. Somebody called David Swift. I've never heard of him. John, oh, you're talking to John R. I nearly died coming off them. Yeah, they're pretty addictive, I've heard. Like, I never got that stage with them, you know. I would normally take them, end up absolutely in shock, horror at whatever I've behaved like, and not go near them again. And then I would forget how bad it was, you know what I mean? And that was the way it sort of went for about a year, you know. And then I think that one of the I've got to be careful what I say, guys. You know what I mean? I have to be careful what I say. But yeah, something happened in a car, and like, you know, nothing, nobody hurt, just nothing, just car got damaged. You know what I mean? And you know, no clue what happened. Have not a Scooby Doo to this day. Still no clue. You know, engine hanging out of the bottom of the car. You know, engine hanging out of the bottom of the car. No clue how I managed to get it to where I got it to. Outside my mate's house. You know, and like, have no clue. You know, unbelievable. You know, obviously I've went up a curb or hit a bollard. I don't know what I've done. You know what I mean? I'm nuts. You know, absolutely. Like I say, I was in a bad way. I'd lost it. I'd lost it. I haven't taken them, not that I know of anyway. You'd know. I think you'd know. Like, they are lethal. They are, and the doctors give them out like sweeties of people. I know loads of people are on them. You know, but obviously they is this still live? I used to fall over all the time on them. It nearly killed myself several times. Yeah, they're pretty. I don't understand how doctors give them out to people. I really don't. But yeah, we live and learn, guys. It's all experience, in it. It's all experience, and I like to talk about it because I like to let other people know, you know, how dangerous some things are, and you know. I know we're all Generation X and all that, you know what I mean? But you could always pass a wee bit of information on to one of your loved ones that's maybe going down a road that's maybe, you know, you can maybe warn them, be careful, you know? And I don't know if it's because they reckon I've got ADHD, like, I can't see it. And, but the complex PTSD and the personality disorder, it's probably got something to do with my reaction to that, you know? And another one, cocaine is another thing. Like, I take a line of cocaine and I go home. You know, I'm having a great time. I'm out with my mates, having a great time, having a drink, vodkas and cokes, having a laugh. Good guys around me. One of the boys gets it out in the toilet. Come on, bang. 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes later, I'm sitting with my head down. Honest to God, like. And it's another one of them things that I forget. I forget how bad it is, how bad it affects me. And then a month later, I'll go back out and I'm in Glasgow with my mates in Glasgow. And because everywhere you go, it's there. And they'll be like, go on, forget, you know, full of drink, you're drunk, you know what I mean? You're not making right decisions. I go on, boom, home, 15 minutes later. Seriously, guys, you know, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why it doesn't do what it does to everybody else. Crazy. And that's God's honest truth. On my mother's grave, cocaine puts me in a downer. And that's just the way it is, you know, and I'm quite fortunate that way, you know. And I don't know if it's because I'm so high. I'm so like I'm always like on the go. I am quite hyper. I've got a high metabolism. I find it hard to put weight on. I can eat and eat and eat and chocolate and do all sorts. And like I really struggle to put weight on, and I do try my best, you know. And I don't know. It's just strange, you know what I mean? Strange how things affect me differently than everybody else. Yeah, I did go on it. Like, to be honest, I did. That was what I died on, like, and came back from. You know, fucking. You know, I don't even want to talk about that because that's just mad. That's just one of them. That is the maddest thing I've ever done. To be honest with you, in my whole life, after Sammy died, my wife, that was the craziest thing I ever done. Was what I done with cocaine, and I am so lucky to be still here, guys. I really am. You know, it's the most embarrassing, and uncomfortable thing that I could probably ever talk about, without a doubt. Most embarrassing, uncomfortable thing I could ever talk about, because it's not me. That is not me, and I don't know what happened to me, why I went down the road I went down, but I'm very lucky to be here, guys. Very, very lucky to be here. Yeah, Anne-Marie, we live and learn. Yeah. We have different receptors. Stick to the Lord's salad. Well, on that point, to be honest with you, like, you got to remember this as well. If you're going to get a reaction from mushrooms and ecstasy and amphetamines and heroin and cocaine and all the other things, then you're going to get a reaction from food. You know, if some mushrooms can give you make you trip, then obviously some other good must have good properties that make you feel good. You know, they must, you know, not make you like high, but are really, really good for you. That makes sense, doesn't it? You know, Deborah, UK has breached international law, undermining your culture. You and the collection of Indigenous people. This is not democracy. It is cohesion, totalitarian, technocratic tyranny. UN Article 8. I will look that up. I shall put it into my phone. It was, sorry. UN Article 8. Yeah, I'll have a wee look at that. I've got it up. I will have a wee look at that. So I will. That's how they hook us with the tasty food and addictions. Grief is the real thing that changes up. I had a 20-year relationship with coke, a lot of good times, but turned sad in the end, man. Yeah, you know. Was the good times worth it, John? You know, what was it worth it? You know, and you know, how many memories do we have of the good times? You know, Rangers just beat Dundee 4-3. Tell you what, Rangers are a good team for both teams to score, mate. If you're betting, if you're a gambling man, Rangers are letting some amount of goals in, guys. Honestly, like, how is she? Is she sleeping?
She's had 4 rusks.
Hey, look, he's sleeping.
She was tired, but
Oh,
she had 3 ounces.
are we keeping that?
Just make a there's sterilised bottles in there.
Oh, is there no milk made up? Is that it all done?
Yeah, I'll put a kettle in.
Right, like that. I got an hour, don't I? Got an hour.
She should, because she's just had her feet tight. Even though she's only drank that, she's still had her feet because she had like half a Farley's rusks.
Right, okay. Okay.
So she just fell asleep drinking it.
Why are you still here? Get you out and get partying.
I'm going.
Sick, man.
I don't want to put her down, but I'm going to upset.
I know. You didn't. I know. She'll be all right. I'll send you some videos. It's tough for a mum, innit? It is like, you know. I'm quite happy. I don't want to go out. I don't want to leave her. You know, I am super happy. I think like getting wee lucky, you know, to myself. You know what I mean? Your tea on table sounds like squash bosh knocking the trees. Sorry. Yeah, of course, the mic. Julie, I have that plant in my garden. I must research how to use it. Learning is knowledge. That's part why I'm boring until I sing. Yeah, you're an amazing singer, so you are. Bet a penalty any time in a game is a win most times. Yeah, John, I've stopped gambling. Completely stopped. I was a big football gambler, like, you know. I'll do something else, Shalom. What are you going to do? You know, don't be doing anything silly, you know. We don't want to hear, like, the headlines tomorrow. Ragnar. After Freedom Dad's live, you know what I mean? We'll all get huckled. You know what I mean? We'll all get pulled in. What have you said to that guy? No good in the end. Freedom Dad leads to two places, dead or jail. Thanks. I got jailed. Yeah, well, yeah, good mate, good. It's good you recognise that. I'm waiting on Bigfoot arriving. LOL Devs with the Hoover is a G-string smoking a cigar. Got to put my cup down gently. Yeah, got a cup of coffee, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so dogs are for mugs, no two ways about it, you know. And yeah, even drinking now doesn't do anything for me. Ragnar on a small boat coming in the Dover, doing a TikTok. I'm coming, Freedom Dad. That would be something to see, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? That's really nice sweet corn, by the way. Oh, just turn it off. It's done. I forgot about it. Yeah, I'll be. Bring it out. See what you think. Glad someone agreed with me about that mic. Yeah, I don't like being out there on your own, do you, mate? I don't know why it is the way it is, like, but it's okay. And as long as nothing moves, nothing bangs, then it's okay. Like, well, is it?
I think I've actually turned over off. I forgot you had a pie on.
Yeah.
And I think I've turned over off because I came down and realised.
Steak and gravy pie.
That's absolutely fine.
Is it? Oh, good. Happy days. Got a wee penny of them. Yeah, so at the end of the year, like I say, I'll be giving stuff away to you guys, you know what I mean? But I'm going to have I know who's going to win the competition for the most complaining, you know? He's in the bag with that one, M&G. He's got it in the bag. Stop picking on our Ragnar. Yeah, it's all good, love. Freedom Dad has it's the spring on the mic stand.
It's just the bottom.
Or whenever it makes a noise, right, I'll bring it out here. Because it's not touching the table. You get me? Well, the cable might be touching the table, but... Unless Katie's messing about with the table right now. Everything's going through the mic, I think. The springs. Stay it on the worktop. I'm not going to eat it. Not if it's solid.
Oh.
Nah, you can have it. You can have it. I've just burnt a pie. So no, somebody else has burnt some wee bit bumptious, just burnt sausages. I'll hold you to that, mate. Well, Ragnar's coming close, like. Ragnar is coming close to your championship. Freedom Dad, don't blame Katie. I blame Katie for everything. I do. I don't. I'm one of them guys. Even if she's not here. Yeah, I do not, honestly, like, and it's just a joke, you know what I mean? But I am one of them guys that does not take, sorry. I'm one of them guys that does not take responsibility for nothing, you know? If I lose something, it's somebody else's fault. If I can't find something, it's somebody else's fault. They've moved it. It's not me not putting it back where it belongs. It's somebody's moved it, you know? But it is, at least I know my faults, you know what I mean? I know my faults, guys, you know? Like I keep saying, I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. You know, I never proclaim to be anybody, and I'm not. Ragnar, leave the chat now. He's already left, I think. I think he's already left. Oh, why? So, I'm going to, just while you are here, I'm going to send a message to my mate about the CD. Just so you know, I'm not talking a lot of nonsense, right? Because I know some of you must be thinking, nah, he hasn't really done a CD, he's just talking rubbish, because where is it, you know what I mean? So let me just give him a message right now. If I can remember his real name. I only know nicknames. Right, so I know his first name. His first name's Ian. There he is. Okay. Hey, bro. Do you have a copy of our CD? There you go. I'm going to cover the name up because I don't think he'd want his name on there. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Can you see it? No. You can't see it, can you? You can't see it. Hey, bro, do you have a copy of our CD? What's that say, Katie?
Hey, bro, do you have a copy of the CD?
Okay, right, so we'll see what he says. We'll see if he comes back to us while we're on there. It was songs that we wrote. It was 4 songs that we done together and wrote and produced ourselves for charity for kids. Stop moaning, people. It's a happy channel. Who's moaning? John, you've got a blue spanner there, mate. Who's just in? Oh, hello, Jay Noble. Good to see you, buddy. We're going to be running over 2 hours tonight, 110%, if you're okay with that. So the plan is just to roll with it until Lucky wakes up, you know. Everything's going good. Right, I'm going to take one of these now because it goes in here and it burns. It burns. But know what I've noticed with these patches? See, when I put the big patches on, it used to sting and burn for about 5 minutes. These patches aren't. The smaller patches aren't. So that's maybe a good sign. John R., you're 100% right, mate. All in the mind, Freedom Dad. I know. It's but these here are definitely a big help. I've never used these before. I'm not good with chewing gum. Like, never been great with chewing gum. Not one of them ones that I would sit and chew. You know, I don't know why. Never been like that. Do you think I need that? Jeez, oh man. MG, what are you taking there? Speed capsules. It's them. Gotta do this, guys. Seriously, like, gotta do it. Because I can feel like, you can imagine what it's like in here. Right? Since I've been smoking since I was 9 years old. You know, I can remember my first pouch of tobacco, a wee half-ounce pack of Golden Virginia. I can still see it in my head in the children's home in the bottom drawer. A half ounce of Golden Virginia and a pack of Green Whistler. Reconnecting. Preaching to the choir, Freedom Dad. Yeah. But yeah, these I think these will be okay. It's just getting into the habit of not having the habit, you know, no smoking after dinner, no smoking when I go out with the dog, no smoking when I wake up. You know, the wake up one's going to be difficult, you know, because I like to come down and get a wee smoke, you know what I mean, guys? But, you know, obviously I'm not going to be able to stop everything. I'm only stopping the fags, you got to understand that, you know. So obviously I'm not using tobacco to smoke anything else, you know what I mean? That's gone, this tobacco bit's gone, but I'm going to do the fags first and then work on the other stuff. Why are you all picking on me, John Capone, John Rankin? Because they're Johns. That's what Johns do. They stick together. You not notice that? Whew, listen to that wind. You hear that wind out there? Woohoo! Oh, I'm glad I'm not going out tonight. Why are you all picking on me? It's a shame you can't still buy half-ounce packs. I know. Can you remember, Lucy, do you remember the quarter packs in the jail? Did you ever get that? Or they used to put the half-ounce in a wee block and then the screws would cut it in half and they would sell you a quarter of half a quarter. I got a quarter and a crumb. There, John Capone, there you go, a quarter. Yeah, man. Can you remember, do you remember the buckets of tobacco that used to come to the jails years and years ago. Used to be like big bins, and it was all the tobacco was fell on the floor in the factories and all mixed. It was all different brands all mixed together, and they used to give it to the jails, and it used to be in the landing. You just go and pick your tobacco out of the bin. Yeah, mate, version of the British corn. What, the Jones? Don't say that. Winter, see, I'm getting... So when I went to get my CT scan, the only thing came back was... What's it called? Emphysema in my chest, 2 bits of it. But they weren't concerned. They didn't seem to care. They were like, oh, you're all good. Nothing there. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. There's nothing there. You're all good. Just a wee bit of emphysema in your lungs. And I came back and went to Katie. It's all good. Everything came back clear. It's like, oh, brilliant. It goes, a wee bit of emphysema in my lungs. And she's like, what? That's not good. I'm like, they said it's all right, so... And I am okay. I've climbed the mountain, guys. You've seen that. Climbed that mountain, bar, you know what I mean? And you'll see me hammering the gym soon, you know what I mean? It won't take me long to get back into shape, get back out, build up a wee bit, you know what I mean? Got to pick my daughter up 9:45. Well, that's okay. God bless you and your family. Yeah, this guy, Slide Media, hopefully he's going to come on and say hello, you know what I mean? He's got a wee YouTube channel, I think, and just giving them a bit of advice. $22 degrees here now. 22 degrees here now. Was 27 yesterday. It's... Huh? Is it?
Yeah.
That's our taxi. Have a good night, Katie.
Thank you. Ow.
I've got a babysitter coming. I'm heading to the pub. Had no doctor for over 18 years. Hate MSM news. Did you hear the Johns are getting picked on? Oh.
What does it? Give me a wee phone you off your life, because I'll be in nearly soon.
Okay, no problem. You have a good night.
Thank you. I love you.
Don't be talking to any strangers. Fuck freedom, Dad. You will outlive Ragnar. Well, the way he's going, that's not going to be hard to do if he keeps jumping on the YouTube channels the way he is. You know what I mean? My dad smoked number 6 leaf. Yeah, I used to smoke Regal. The wee Regals. Park drives. Remember them? Oh. But this is the world we live in, guys. This is what... As I'm growing up, everybody's smoking. All the film stars, all the pop stars. You go to the football, Benson and Hedges. You go to the snooker, Benson and Hedges Cup. Silk cut cup and all that. You know what I mean? The Embassy Regal. Darts. Every sport was all sponsored by cigarettes. And yeah, it was like, this is what they've done to us. They killed my ma. There's no two ways about it. They brought a drug into our world that killed my mother, 110%, because my mum had no clue that she was doing anything wrong by smoking, Like I say, everybody was smoking, all the people she looked up to were smoking, James Dean and all that, I hated smoking when I was wee. I was always on at my mum and dad. 20p for 10 golden sovereign when I was first started. Yeah, I can remember. Can you remember buying singles, guys? Jeez, oh man. Times have changed, eh? Times have changed. Now we can't even get a drink in a pub anymore. You know what I mean? They've now stopped this. They're clanking down on the smoking and the drinking. Loose cigarettes. Singles. We call them singles, yeah. Yeah. The good old days, eh? The good old days. Smoking the singles. Yes, I know. He told me. I know about it. Well, I was just talking to him about it. We talk to each other, like, about videos. We don't want to clash. We don't want to put up the same videos and all that. You know what I mean? Yeah, singles. Oh, boys wanting out. 2 seconds, guys. Go on, boy. There you go, son. Go on, out you go. Lock the door to get in. See what comes here, Dad. Tulip's coming in. Tulip! I want to say hello to Tulip, guys. She's in season, so come on. Up you come. Come on, fatty. There she is. There's my girl. Oh, listen to her moaning. She's had a big dinner. She's had a big dinner. She had 2 chicken breasts tonight. Yeah. We forgot to put them in the freezer, and I think they were turning, so I boiled them and gave them to the dogs. So she's quite chuffed, aren't you? She's quite chuffed with herself. She hasn't been getting many cuddles, you know, because she's bleeding. Well, she was. She stopped now. That's her standing for boy. That's her standing. So if I was going to pop her, she'd be getting popped now, you know, because I did. That's what these are my dogs, you know. I've been breeding. My boys give me 37 puppies. He's been a stud. He gave me my first litter when he was 8 months old, you know, and this is his granddaughter from one of my pups. This is a daughter from one of my puppies, one of his puppies. But I wouldn't breed her because she's too small, you know. I'd end up killing her. So no, she's not getting bred. I'm showing my age with the advertisement. We could get a single for a ginger bottle. They're ginger bottles. I used to always collect ginger bottles. I was collecting ginger bottles about 4 years ago, honestly. Every time I'm one of them guys, if I see anything that's worth money, anything, I'm lifting it. It's like walking by money. If I see something on the ground, and it doesn't matter what it is, or in somebody's garden, and it's getting thrown out, and it's worth £1 to me in the market, I'm taking it. I'm asking them for it, you know what I mean? And I'm taking it. I'm getting £1 for it. And it's as simple as that. I see money. I see money sitting there. You know, somebody else's rubbish. It's like walking past money. It's like copper and brass and lead. If I see it, it's money. If I see copper sitting, I see cash. I see a pile of cash, you know. Off the Taliban, can you say that? Off the Taliban, can you say that? Yeah. A ginger bottle is a lemonade bottle, mate. That's Scottish. Revo lad, how you doing? Hello, welcome in. This is who I'm talking about, guys. Revo lad, if he can jump onto his channel and give him a wee sub. Yeah, he welcome into the community. Say hello. Right, boy, right. Come on, in you come. Right, you two lovebirds. You get in there. Go on, where you go? I don't think so, boy. Yeah, so, like I say, I've been speaking to him on X, told him about the community we have and they come on, and we're all here to help out and promote and support all YouTubers, you know. We have a wee difference of opinion on Russia and Ukraine, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm prepared to be educated, you know. I'm prepared to have that debate and talk about it and stuff like that. And that's what it's about. I don't want, you know, it's good that we have a lot in common, but it's also good that people have differences of opinions, and it's good that they can come here and, you know, even our Irish friends, Lady of Ayr, Paul O'Neill, you know, big difference of opinions are, you know what I mean? But, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. That's good. It's healthy. You know, it keeps us all our brains all ticking over, you know. We don't want an echo chamber. We really don't. You know, if somebody disagrees with me, I want to know, you know what I mean? I want to be put right. If I'm wrong, or if I'm picking something up wrong, I need to know these things. A main bottle, yes, that's a ginger bottle, mate. That's a ginger bottle. A main bottle, yeah. Yeah, I think that went up to 30p. It went up to 30p a bottle, you know. The bottle is here at home. It is. You're right, mate. You're right. You know, you're right. 110%. And it is just it's too much to worry about Gaza and Israel and, you know, all that carry on. The only thing that got me interested in Ukraine and got me researching it was the fact that we were almost going to war. That if Biden's, guys, please believe me, if Biden had won, we would be in war right now. There's no doubt about it, you know. I agree, no echo. It's not echoing. It can't, is it echoing, guys? I'll show you it's echoing. mic, headphones. You want to hear echoing? That's echoing. How's that for echoing, guys? No echo here. See? It's your phone. It's not me. Oh, man. Honestly, echo. It's a Chinese mic, right? So, swear to God, see the plus sign? The plus sign means down, and the minus sign means up. Honest to God. Yeah. And it's got this bit here is, what's that like? Can you hear that? Is that all right? Because it's difficult. What? Now that's cool. Something Ragnar would like. Yeah, wait till Christmas and that. We're doing the karaoke. Yeah, I'm going, give me a song, guys. Full of the bucky. Banned off YouTube forever. Party at Christmas, banned off YouTube for New Year. It's not a battle, it's a game of sneakiest people with power, money, playing with our lives. Yeah, but we have got a battle. Boy, what's up? What's up, you son? Yes, mate. It's a Chinese mic. It came from China. Honest to God, it cost £49 with the metal bit and everything, which is no bad. Like, it's no bad for this kind of mic. Some of the prices for the mics, the Rode mics, and that are really, really crazy. Maybe one day I'll get a really good one. You know what I mean? But this does, doesn't it? We called Buckfast our champion back in the day. I think we can safely say we've seen Angry Freedom Dad now. Yeah. So have you sacked Reform UK off now? Reform UK were never an agenda in this platform. You know, boy, get down. If you look back at my videos, I've done over 400 videos, and if you look right back at anything with Nigel Farage in the title, watch them. You know, we've never faltered on this channel. We've been like, I started this channel, was getting 140,000 views, 40,000 views, 25,000 views. And then I spoke badly about Nigel and Reform because nobody could see what I could see. And I got a lot of flack, got a lot of stick, got a lot of people left. But, you know, didn't make a difference to me, like, because I wasn't here for likes and followers and all that, guys. You know, I love all you guys, but that's not what it's about for me, you know what I mean? I enjoy it the way I'm doing it. If I was to sit here and be driving out for subs and checking my subs and, telling you all I like and subscribe, it would be a nightmare. It would be an absolute nightmare, you know what I mean? It's a totally different YouTube channel. But we're not out on street fighting. We will never be, who else though? This is what I mean. We've just got to be patient, man. You know, a lot of people are saying that to me. I've been putting a lot of stuff up next, and a lot of people are saying, so who else is there? Relax, you know, it will come. You'll see, you know. People are waiting. People are in Reform right now because there is no other party. They're there just to get rid of Labour. Once we start, and once a new political party comes, and it's the people who are going to protect my daughter, that's when you're going to see the change. You're going to see people leave Reform. You're going to see this political party blow up. I called Nigel Farage on it. People leave, let them. Yeah, definitely. And to be honest with you, people have came back. You know, there's guys that come back, and like I say, I've mentioned it. You know, guys have came back and they've sent me messages and they've said they're sorry. They're sorry. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know they'd left. You know, because I don't know who's leaving and who's not leaving. You can't tell. You know, your subs go up and down. You can't really tell unless I miss you and you just don't turn up at the lives. I wouldn't know if you had left or not. You know. My club in Blackpool has just become the first Reform club in England. Wow. Never bowed to a crown. Yeah, our days of bowing to crowns are over, and I I need to let him out. I don't know what he's up to. What's up with you, son? Oh, I know what's up. You need water. my boy didn't have water, guys. The Knights Templars are rising. Yeah, we need something to rise, like Christian side of things, guys, you know. But yeah, like UKIP do it for me. Like, to be honest with you, UKIP do it for me. Homeland do it for me. The SDP do it for me. The ADF do it for me. So there is enough political parties there for you to choose from right now. You know, there really is. There is. These political parties are hell bent on getting rid of these criminals that are in this country. 110%. Every single one of them. Reform is the only one that isn't. You know. So it's up to you. You know what I mean? Like I say, the Homeland is a nice party. I like Homeland. They're good guys. They're very community orientated. They do a lot of litter picking. They do a lot of community work. You know, they do a lot of work. So they do quite unsung heroes. I think the ADF are trying their best. John Capone, the NF. I can't support the NF, you know, guys, and not until they change their policy. You know, and like I like Tony Martin. Like I say, he's a friend. I like to think he's a friend now. And no love lost, and you know, but I have to be honest. You know, I don't agree with having a party with just white people. I'm sorry, you know. I think we're no better than what these people are doing in Black Lives Matter or not. You know, and I do think there's people from different countries, different colours in this country that are truly British, and they are British. You know. Our leader. Reform is gone. Reform is being used as the new Labour. So basically, what's happening is the reason why Nigel Farage is getting rid of everybody from the right is because he wants to bring the left in. The Reform has been set up as a new Labour Party, 110%. The establishment know they've lost control of Labour. They know the people have lost faith in Labour. So that the party that they've been using to control this country is now gone. So they need another party. They've used Reform. Now, as far as I'm concerned, what happened was. Oh, no, he hasn't got it. Oh, shit. No, I asked Davey to send me a copy, but he never got back to me. I think he's the man that'll be able to get to him. Okay, I'll try and speak to my other mate. But I'm trying to get a hold of him. Nigel was always a Conservative under Margaret Thatcher as a young man. M&G, Black Lives Matter, don't give a shit about white men. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you're right. But I just think, you know, I know black guys that are British. I know black guys that support Chelsea, that support Rangers, you know, proper British guys. Like I say, there was a black man in the UVF, you know, in Northern Ireland, like I say, and I'm not kidding, this isn't a joke. He got caught because he didn't wear gloves. No word of lie. You know, you've seen us talking about him. There's guys on here that remember him. I was in the jail with him. So yeah, you know, you're faced with a black guy that's a loyalist, a unionist, a royalist, and you're telling him he can't join a political party. It's just not right. It's not right, guys. You know, but that's the stance that they take, like the BNP, or you know, that's what they say, and that's what it is. And you know, I'm not. They've got every right to be involved in politics. As much as any other political party, 110%. I just can't get behind that, that's all, you know. But I have had him on here, we've interviewed him, and he represented his party very well, I think, you know. Do a FOI for the CTV, LOL, from the jail. What one? What one, mate? There's that many things I could, you know, that's happened in the jails. I wouldn't know where to start. Oh, for the CD. Oh. No, but I could actually do that. You know, I could actually get in touch with the jail and see if they've got a copy lying about, you know, because I just need it copied. Yeah, I get you, John. No, you're right, yeah. But yeah, Reform are gone. Reform are absolutely gone. They're controlled now by the establishment. They are the new Labour. People like Owen Jones will be voting for Reform. But think about it, right? So you've got Reform, okay? Here, like, imagine UKIP. Imagine Rupert and all that, and Tommy Robinson, and everybody went to UKIP. And UKIP was massive, right? And you've got Reform. are massive. And it's 50-50 between UKIP and Reform. You've got UKIP in this hand that are wanting to deport everybody, and you've got Reform in this hand that are only going to deport anybody that's come in since they've got power. So you've now got the left, homeless. No more Labour. They're gone. There's not. They know a vote to Labour is a wasted vote. Who do you think they're going to vote for? That's why Reform is doing what they're doing. They're wanting power that bad, and they don't care that it's on the backs of our children. And that's the facts. That's what he's doing. He stood out there. He's lying to people. He's not saying things that should be said. He's scared. He's told us that if we can't go up against Islam. If we do, we're finished. We've got to take them with us. I say, what if they don't want to go with us? If we're in trouble, then what if they don't want it? Then we're really in trouble. He says we can't deport 1 million people. It's ridiculous to even think that. So all of a sudden, within a space of a week, everything changed. And that's what he's been told to say. He's even want to bring that Begum girl back. That ISIS fighter that went to ISIS. He's even thinking about bringing her back. This is how extreme that he's went to the left overnight. And nobody can tell me he hasn't been threatened. Nobody can tell me that this isn't an attack on him and he's got no choice. They've either got, this is always the way it is. They've either got something on him where he's done something dodgy, which I think's what's happened, because I know he's a bit of a man when it comes to the women. I've heard that, right? So I reckon he's done something that he shouldn't have done, and they've got evidence of it, or they've set him up, or it's just to do with the money when they attacked his bank, because he's a multi-millionaire, and the money means a lot to these people, and everything about him, the body language, his facial expressions, is all really slippery and slimy and very snakish. Very, very snakish. And it's ripping at him. It's ripping at him. All he wants is to be Prime Minister. They have it on his resume, and then he's gone. Him and his family will be gone to another country. Anybody with money will leave because they know what's coming. He's told you. In 50 years' time, we're in trouble. He has told you that. In 50 years' time, we are in trouble. It's not me telling you that. That's Nigel Farage's telling you that. It's not me saying we need to bring them along with us and we can't deport 1 million. It's Nigel Farage saying that, the leader of Reform. Your next Prime Minister. And people are still voting for him. Do you know why they're still voting for him? Because they don't know none of this. They simply don't know because they're not on the internet. It's the only people on the internet know this. Because the mainstream media aren't reporting it. Of what the truth, what Reform are really up to. Because mainstream media are part of the establishment. They're all working together. That's why he's got his own slot on GB News. I can't understand why everybody isn't just aghast by that. Never before in British history have we had a leader of a political party have his own slot on a mainstream media news broadcaster. First time ever. It's totally almost illegal. It's not fair. Could you imagine Starmer having his own slot on a main news? Think about it. Can you imagine the Conservative leader having their own slot? Nick having his own slot on Sky News. It's ridiculous to even think like that. So why are we accepting that it's okay with Nigel Farage to get given a platform like that to gather support? Why did the establishment let them go on GB News to do this? What? Because the establishment control the news. They control what Starmer reads out. They control what Labour do. They control what the news put out. They control everything that we see and hear. They just can't control X, and that's the big problem. They can't control America, and that's what's really done them. And they're running about like heads of stickling right now, trying to still take control and drive this country down the road that they want, And that's the whole point of this. The whole point of what's going on with Reform is so the establishment keep control, Oh, I feel a bit sick. Oh, we have a sickness coming over. Take that out. Don't know if it's that nicotine thing. No, I don't like that. I'll never feel sick. Never ever feel sick. Oh, she's just woke her up. Shut up. 2 seconds, guys. Shut up. She's still asleep. She's still asleep. She just moved. Because I'll wrap it up when she wakes up. So I will. And get a bottle done. Yeah, Rovo, your message retracted. It's not me. Just to let you know, I don't touch messages. Will be his partner. He will be in the PM. Yeah, I know. It will be. It will definitely be. Now, yeah, the whole point is to get this man in power, you know. And then we're going to be all shocked at what we see when this guy gets in the power that's being set up. It's not about Nigel. They're giving Nigel the Prime Minister slot just to... That's the part of the deal. He's went, I want to be Prime Minister. I'll do what you want me to do, but I want to be Prime Minister, and then I'll hand it over to him. And that's what will happen. It's just clockwork. You can take it to the bank, guys. You know, it's like predicting the future. You know, you could bet anything you want. If Reform get in the power, Nigel Farage will be Prime Minister, and then he'll hand it over to the other guy. Yeah, whatever happens, we need to vote this lot out en masse, you know, definitely. But by that time that comes, this is what I'm saying, John. See, by the time that comes when the people have woke up, it's going to be, I think, too late, because that's going to be, Reform will be the new Labour. You got to understand that. This is how big this is. You know, Labour are finished. Labour are finished, right? So whenever we all wake up and realise what Reform, the rest all wake up and realise what Reform are all about, it's going to be too late, because they're going to be open to all the minorities. Anybody that wants to come, they're going to be open arms to everybody that wants to stop deportations. Reform are there to stop us getting rid of these people. That's what they're put there for, 110%. And all these people that you see online, all these famous people, and all these, they're all establishment. They're all wanting a bit of the power. They're all narcissists. You know who we're talking about. It's all the same people coming out and saying all the same things, and how great Nigel Farage is, and trying to defend them all the time and going, look, what are you saying now? See, he's going to deport. Like we're all stupid. You know he's not going to deport. You know he's talking about from that day he gets elected, not for anybody it's in now. So you know that. So why are you still going down that rhetoric? These people, you know who I'm talking about, on YouTube, on X, constantly giving it, oh, Nigel Farage. Bad, really. They're just as bad. See those people that have got fame and they're using it, and they're on YouTubes and all that, and on X, and they're using their popularity and their fame against my wee girl, because that's what they're doing. They're going against my wee girl. Hell mend them all, and we will never ever forget. I screenshot everything, and I have a hard drive with everything on it, and I will bring it out, and I will make sure these people realise what they were doing to us here today. When it happens in the time, when it comes and they see what really is going on, what we've been trying to tell them, they're not going to get off lightly. I guarantee, and I'll guarantee what else, they'll probably end up shutting down their social medias. That's what they'll end up doing, because they've went that hard to get this man in power to destroy our children's futures. That's what these people are doing. They're no patriots. It's farms, yes, pharma. Yeah, John Rankin, everybody sub each other back, guys. Yep, no problem, William. Catch up with you tomorrow. Tomorrow night, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night anyway. If Wales went back to speaking Welsh, immigration would stop immediately. Nigel went on, I'm a celebrity, should have rang alarm bells. He was the highest paid. Of course, it all makes sense. Done, and Anne-Marie, you're bang on. Like, I actually forgot about that. Yeah, bang on. There you go. It all fits in, and this is what it's going to be like in the future. Right? This is what it's going to be like. Whenever the penny drops, everything's going to fit into place, and everyone is going to go, oh my God, what have we done? That's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be shock and horror, and people are going to be absolutely devastated. And I don't know. I don't get it, because these men have got to go through life. Their children their grandchildren are always going to be known as Farages. You know, all these people that are doing this to our country right now, their families were always going. They're always going to be known. Your dad was this. Your dad done this to Britain. It's a fact. You know, I would never want to be in that situation with my kids. You know, leaving them something like that. That would be horrible. Absolutely horrible. Being involved in destroying a country, a Christian country, being part of that, playing a big part to destroy your own country. That's what Nigel Farage is doing right now, guys. Well, 110%. Doesn't care. He's got more money and sense. He can live anywhere he wants in the world. He doesn't care about Britain. Doesn't care about the streets of Britain. Doesn't care about Birmingham, Oldham, Wrexham, you know, Halifax, Rotherham, Rochdale. Doesn't care about none of them places. Bedford, Luton. Doesn't care. Never going to set foot in any of them streets. So why does he care? His kids are never going to be anywhere near there. His kids aren't going to be in any danger. It's just our kids. So why does he care about our kids? Everybody he's put out of reform have been fighting for my lucky. Remember that. Every single man that he's chased out of reform have been fighting for my lucky. They've done nothing else wrong. All they've done is fight for my wee girl. Remember that, guys. That's it in a nutshell. Never forget that. These men have done nothing wrong apart from fight for our kids. And Nigel Farage has pushed them out because he's going to bring men in that are going to destroy our country. That reform is built and produced and ready to destroy, to put the nail, I've said it, reform or putting the nail in the coffin for England. The game's a bogey. The game's a bogey for you. If you don't sort this out, England, because Northern Ireland isn't voting for reform, Scotland isn't voting for reform. Reform's only in England. You've got to understand that. This is only England. You know? Only England. So sad. So sad. You know, you got to wonder, why would a political party, a British political party, not have any intentions in doing anything in Northern Ireland? One of the most highly focused countries in the world, the Troubles, a centre point of Britain, you know. All the men and women over there fought and died to keep the Union, you know. Just telling you as it is. Fought and died for the Union. And look what the King's done to them. Look what Nigel Farage has done to them. There's not a care in the world for Northern Ireland. And then you got Scotland. Where are reform in Scotland? If reform come up here and start throwing their weight about, then everybody will just vote SNP. You know what I mean? But we've got the SDP in Scotland, and there's a guy called Craig Houston, guys. So he's got a YouTube channel, Craig Houston. Go onto his channel. He's the SDP man in Scotland. He's a speaker. And another thing, I'm going to a rally soon. I don't know if I'll be speaking. I probably will. I like to think I'll be speaking. I will be putting my name up to be speaking. So I am. And it is a rally for our children in Glasgow, and I will bring the dates and the details. I've only just found out today. I got a message on TikTok, and I need to come off my phone to look at TikTok. So I will bring all the details for you. Anybody in Scotland, we'll meet in Glasgow. So we will, and you can do my security. But yeah, so I don't normally tell people where I'm going and what I'm doing, you know, but you know, it's Glasgow. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I will give you the details. It is in April, so it is. I think it's around about the 22nd or something like that in April. No, I'll be safe, sure. Oh. First yawn in the night, guys. Who's your moderator tonight? They need sacked. Why? What's happened? Have we got a troll in? Have we got a left winger in? Or a reformer? They're all scared to come on here. They really are. They really, really are. You know, the amount of videos I've done, you know, stating facts, stating big facts, and then they're all saying, little comments and all this. Yeah, I'm going to see. Somebody says, yeah, like the abuse I get is quite remarkable. You know, it really is. Like, but it's just stupid people that just hate. They want, it's my Nigel. Don't say it about my Nigel. You know, and I just say to him, come on my show. You know, stop hiding behind a keyboard and a fake name. Come on my show. Tell me what I'm saying wrong. Prove to me that I'm wrong. You know, have a debate. Be a man about it. Nothing. Not one of them want to come near us. Not one of them want to get into the nitty-gritty. Do you know why? Because they'll leave my show with their tail between their legs. They really will. Because I've got the receipts. I'd be ready for them. I'll have the sheet in front of me with all the facts and figures. You know? And you can't beat facts and figures, guys. It's as simple as that. You know? I'll be telling them to bring a calculator and we'll do some sums together. That's what we'll do on the live. We'll sit down with a calculator together and we'll do the sums. And we'll have a look what Britain will be like in 50 years' time. You know? Oh, I hear my baby. Right, guys, I'm going to have to wrap it up. I'm so sorry I've missed out some of your messages. Tell me this, Freedom Dad. A well-known character in Northern Ireland, you'll know what I mean. Why do all you and your men and women not come out and show how strong you are? Because of the Catholic support Palestine. The IRA don't want the Catholic people going out and protesting. The loyalists do not want Protestants going out and protesting with Catholics because they're worried about it on all Ireland. And basically, we've been fighting and rioting with the system for a long time. Please believe me. When we rat properly. We work in teams. We are organised. We will go in and we will try and take battens and pass them back. So the next guys have got something to go in with. That's how we work. We are good at what we do. We've been doing it for a long time. Please believe me. It's not easy. We've never won. We've never even got close to winning. You know? So, and there's nothing can be done right now. The only thing we can do is politically and peacefully. Anything other than that will just make things even worse for us. You know, if anything happens to anything like a hotel or anything bad happens to any of these people, the rest of the Irish are going to come out in support of these people because nobody likes anything bad happening to people. And the government would just go, look, this poor guy. And it would just happen to be something bad would happen to some poor soul that's probably really been through a bit of a hard time and was genuinely coming here for a bit of help. And, you know, that's what would happen. But I need to go and go and get my girl. I'll go and get her, bring her down. 2 seconds. No, stay, boy. Say hello. My wee chirp. You're my wee chirp, aren't you? Right, you can't touch the mic, right? You cannot touch the mic. Let's get. Oh, what is that? The mic? You see the mic? Mm-hmm. There you go. There's my girl, guys. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about, isn't it, Lucky? Yeah? This is what it's all about, guys. Huh? You never stay in a bad mood for long when wee Lucky's about. Hey, girl. Do you love your daddy? Do you love your dad? You have a good wee look about. Head's getting strong enough, boy. Good guys. His wee head's looking about and all that. Strong wee neck. You got a wee tickly neck, so she does. You got a wee tickly neck. You're so beautiful. Isn't she so beautiful? Isn't she like everybody says it? She goes, oh, she's a wee cracker. Sometimes I think they just say that, you know what I mean? You know, a baby's a baby. You know what I mean? They all look cute, don't they? Oh, are you not want to look at the camera? Are you hiding? Are you hiding? Are you hiding? She does that. Are you hiding from the camera? Yeah? Are you hiding? Yeah, let's see what they're saying. Let's see what your followers are saying. Oh, Freedom Dad going for another. I missed that one. Hey, Eddie. Uncle Eddie saying hello. Uncle Eddie says hello. It's like, where's my milk? Where's my milk? So will we say good night? Will we say good night to everybody? You're going to take over my YouTube channel when I go? You're going to be Freedom Dad? Feed him lucky. Feed him baby. Right, guys. So, yeah, over the moon. Love it. Just me and her. So, we're going to have a wee cozy night together, aren't we? We're going to have a wee cozy night together. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. She's so happy, isn't she? Yes, we are. We're going to have such a wee good night. Just me. No mummy. No mummy tonight. No mummy tonight. Just me and you. I know. Right, guys. Gonna go get her fed, get her nappy changed, and get a wee cuddle. Maybe get her a wee bath. See how she's feeling. You know? She's looking for her milk. So she is. Come here. There you go. Look right there. So we say goodbye. There we go. Yes, Freedom Dad, but forgot the other side show. The other side, how you are standing up to all that shit. They might join in. No sense sitting back waiting on someone else to do it. Well, you'll see. You'll see. I don't want to say too much, but things are happening. Things are happening. Things are changing. And you'll see this summer. Just wait and see. So, listen, guys. Revo, thanks for popping in, mate. Really good to see you popping in. Thanks for joining in the chat. Because I know it's difficult coming into a platform and you don't know anybody. But please believe me, it won't take you long to get to know these guys. Honestly, like, they're a really good bunch of guys. Amazing good bunch of guys and girls. Genuine, just genuine, decent people, you know. And like I say, I do lives every weekend, and I do a live every day if I can. And it's I love it. I look forward to it. They're like my mates, you know. I don't need to go to a pub, don't need to go out, don't need to do nothing. Like I say to Katie, I just need to stick a phone on, do a live, and that's me, totally happy. But listen, guys, I'm gonna go. Summer is on. Summer is on, guys. Please believe me, things are happening. Just wait and see, okay? The sleeping giants are awakening, 110%. So, Talger, all the best, son. Thank you all for your input, everything you do. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to bring a video tomorrow showing you what's going on in Britain and why with our army, our navy, and I'm going to show you that we are being demilitarized, and then you'll work out why yourselves. So good night, everybody. Have a good night. Try and behave and stay out of trouble. And thanks again for coming in and spending a bit of time with me. Amazing. You are all amazing. Thank you so much, and God bless every single one of you.